Sub-Zero.
Come on, man.
Oh, what I say? Oh, I beat Tom Brady, yay!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Quan Chi told me that you sent me because my soul was tainted with evil. Is that true?
You are a superb warrior, Sub-Zero. Only you can control your destiny.
Was that a yes or a no?
That was a yes. But only you can change it.
Welcome to a special edition of the Kombat Tune podcast. The Sub-Zero Wars. Everybody heard the call out from the West Coast to Tom Brady and his response. So we have Tom Brady, Lionheart, Marvaz, Shoryuken, and Denzell Terry all on the same show. So what did you West Coast guys think of Tom's response to your call out?
This Shoryuken. I just thought it was the usual stuff, like he, I guess, talks a little trash and then switches the story later, and I don't know, put some excuse to it, except this time he couldn't take down the video like he usually does, so that's kind of what I figured was going to happen anyway.
I feel like you guys are sticking to that video, because once that video was gone, you guys really fucked up and insulted a lot of people while trying to insult me, to be honest with you. That video is the only thing that gives you guys any bit of validity, and honestly, it was just me having a good time. I'm sure people get blown up all the time in private. It wasn't really meant to be anything except for me saying the most ludicrous things known to man in response to 16-bits questions for a bunch of laughs. I was really drunk. You know, I didn't even know there was a video being filmed. It most definitely wasn't a pop-off. I've said 1,000 times, drunk or not, I guess I went too far, even though it wasn't meant to be taken seriously. And if you guys have a problem with it still, then you guys can just say we don't want to accept your apology. If you guys do accept my apology, then you guys got to find something else to have a problem with. And that's basically the way it is.
Wasn't the other West Coast guy supposed to speak first?
I'll take it, Tom. I'll take it.
Sound like you're underwater now, man.
Yeah, man.
Come to the surface, dude.
Wow. So wait, Denzell, did you accept Tom's apology?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about that video no more. Let's just move on.
Okay. What about you, Marvaz?
Like I said, dude, when I found out that Tom was really bipolar, dude, I really don't give a fuck about it.
Okay, so the final round video is in the past, and you guys can move forward.
Yes, it's not just about the final round video, though. It's everything.
I still want him to face. I still want him to face.
Shoryuken.
Yeah. What's up?
You're incomprehensible, man. You sound like Sector underwater.
Hey, I'm gonna try to re-add you. Hold on. What a cluster.
Man.
Alright, how do I sound now?
Now you're good.
Now you're good.
Alright,
okay.
Repeat what you just said.
All it was. No, I said I still want him to accept my challenge as far as facing top West Coast players. I want to see how he does against us.
Okay, then I want you to go through the gauntlet of every Cabal and Kenshi I've ever beaten in tournament, and then I'll take your challenge. How about that? That sounds fair, right?
Yeah, the thing is, Shoryuken has never said that the East Coast is nothing, dude.
You're right. You guys said I beat a bunch of nobodies. Yeah, you're right. You guys said I beat a bunch of nobodies, and you guys all said that anyone off the street can beat anyone that I've beaten or placed top 8 in any tournament I've placed top 8 in. So,
I'll go ahead and take up your challenge. Bring them to me. I don't care. I'll anybody you face. I have no problem with that.
I mean, honest to God, I could care less about taking a West Coast gauntlet. You guys are good players. Me beating anyone from the West Coast does not discredit the fact that you guys are still good players, so it doesn't mean anything. No matter who you guys beat or who beats you guys, it doesn't take away from the fact that you're a good player. I mean, Tyron came out here, he lost. Just because he lost doesn't mean that he's not good now. He's still a good player, so it doesn't really matter, win or lose. So it doesn't. I mean, and I don't think the West Coast is trash. Honest to God, and 16-bit, you can back me up on this. And if anyone from the East Coast, I'm the one that blows the West Coast up the absolute least. I mean, that's the truth. I read all the time somebody blowing up the West Coast. The West Coast is going to be free. So on and so forth. I make one video when I was drunk, but I apologize for that I wasn't even serious for. People over here blow you guys up every day, and they're dead serious, and you guys have no problem with it.
Who's dead serious?
Come on, 16. Foxy Grandpa said he would come out there and OCV everybody from the West Coast.
Damn.
Well, he'll get his chance. He'll get his chance at Evo.
No. Can you do a call-out video and ask him to run the gauntlet, please? I mean,
that's fine too. Shit.
I mean, but you guys don't seem to have a personal problem with it, though.
Rio blew you all up.
What's that?
Rio blew you guys up.
He used to blow us up.
He still does. He just did yesterday.
All right.
Anyone who thinks whatever they want, step up at least to the challenge.
Look, man, I defended you guys. When they had that, what was it, the NFG thing? I was the only one talking about the West Coast. The only one. I was the only one. I don't like calling anybody bad. I don't believe that there are any trash players. I mean, I'm sitting there calling Maxter a trash bitch. I was so drunk that I tried to play Maxter a first to 5. I couldn't. I needed help walking over to the chair to even sit down. And I played one round, and I got up, and I was like, dude, I'm too drunk. I can't even see straight. It was bad. It wasn't something that was meant to be filmed. Many people feel like even posting that video was out of bounds. I don't know. It was. I mean, like I said, it was. I said it. But I don't really believe that the West Coast is trash. It wasn't supposed to be a pop-off video.
Yo, man, but you have said the West Coast sucks numerous occasions, not just that video.
That's the only time I ever said I've never said the West Coast sucks. I do not believe the West Coast sucks at all.
Dude, you said it on every tournament, every stream I've ever watched.
I have never said the West Coast sucks. I don't say the West Coast. I just came from Power Up. I don't ever recall saying the West Coast sucks. I was just on stream at Power Up.
I heard you make a video and saying that I was rooting against you. That you were going to lose to what's his name? Forever King. Dude, I haven't even gone on the forums for weeks. I didn't even have anything until just a couple of days ago.
You said, quote, Tom Brady is the only Sub-Zero player I root against and cheer to lose. So I didn't say you cheer against me. Yeah. I only said it because you said it. It's your own words.
Yeah, I did see that about it when not in that tournament. I didn't even know that you were going to play against them. I found that out later. I just recently started watching the reruns. So how was I rooting? You
guys were rooting against me against Master D. That's a fact. I know that for a fact because they all on the stream they were like, dude, look at Shoryuken in here. They're all cheering for Master D to blow you up with this cabal.
When? What tournament?
Console Combat. You guys were all on the stream.
Probably.
I mean, this goes after Evo, and Lionheart is my witness on this. After Evo, I had to play Teef, which I beat Sub-Zero versus Kenshi, and somebody made a thread about it, and they put the video in there. And then there is Marvaz, McNasty, who's from the West Coast, and they're all in there saying that basically this is not a big deal beating a Kenshi like this, and people are overhyping it, and the video really shouldn't be on there. And it turned into an argument between West Coast players and my other supporters between either it is hard to beat Kenshi like this or it isn't hard to beat Kenshi like that. And it was just the dumbest fucking thing. I'm getting blown up in that thread. And then even, with Master D, when they posted those videos, Shoryuken was in there like, oh, well, he's probably not that good after all. Master D's kind of, come on, man. Just totally discrediting.
I never said that about him, man. I said he made some mistakes. I was just saying that I didn't see him as sharp as like players like Rio or Eric Warden,
Master D is. I'm going to be honest with you. The second set, he got a lot of input bugs. When I put him in loser's bracket, I just got lucky. He blew me up pretty bad before the tournament. I probably got lucky both sets against him. But I'll take it anywhere where I can get it, luck or not. The first set I just guessed right every single time, which was a miracle. But even still, though, it was just, either way, I don't think the West Coast sucks. Even today, again, I'm in the thing defending the West Coast. I don't have a problem with anyone from the West Coast. I feel like Tyrant was unfairly blown up for losing. Everybody loses.
Well, he lost 2 cages. It's not, and you played 2 cages, so it's like, the matchup was in your favor, and the matchup wasn't in his. So you can't blow somebody up like that.
Again, I just don't think losing to other good players requires you to be blown up when you're also known to be a good player. Good players beat good players, so like I said, I don't really shit on the West Coast like that. Literally, I'm by far probably the East Coast person that blows up the West Coast the absolute least. So I made that one video. That one video was being made, regardless of the context, regardless of what it was meant to be or what I was actually doing. It was wrong of me to say. And outside of that, I don't actually believe the West Coast is trash. So.
Yo, what did you say when you won against Forever King?
I said that because before I played him, 16-Bit came to me and they said, dude, the West Coast is dying to blow you up. He specifically told me, and I was told by other people, that there is going to be a thing and I'm going to get blown up, that I was put in loser's bracket, even though I'm in the top 8, I'm going to lose to Forever King, and, I'm going to be blown up. The same old Tom Brady gets in the top 8 by beating nobodies, and as soon as you see a good player, you lose. And when I beat him, which everyone said I wasn't going to, he's a great player. And here's everyone telling me I'm going to lose. I'm going to be blown up by the West Coast. So I said, you know what? You want to blow me up, and I'm going to another top 8 of me coming in and losing to a good player. So I was like, fuck you. Fuck you. Blow this shit up. That's basically what I said. Blow me up now. It's basically what I did. And I got a little laugh about it with 16-Bit because we all said, dude, the worst time to blow somebody up is right after when they look good. So the word was on the street that you guys were ready to blow me up and that I was going to get humiliated here in the top 8 and I was going to be exposed and I was going to be blown up for that. So, and I thought about this in advance. I said, just for fun, they're going to blow me up. So, I'll do a little pop-off here, whatever. Fair game.
You get lucky here and there, Sometimes you take out a good player.
Damn.
I do. Every once in a while. But I'll take it anywhere I can get it, man.
Tom, I want to ask you, what do you think about their criticisms that you're using tech that you said was no good?
Yeah, answer that.
Here's why. You guys, Shoryuken talked about specifically using the back 1-2-1.
No,
your reasonings behind using certain tech are either there's no reason at all, or when you say use back 1-2-1 because they can't do a wake up attack, and then maybe you can get a throw in or they got to block the string, that means absolutely nothing to me. That is no reason to use it at all. Now, if somebody were to say, hey, back 1-2-1 can be very good against a character like a Reptile or a Cabal because when these characters, when they break airborne, they can dash out of the corner. But if they break grounded, then they're forced to either take the damage, and if they break, they can't get past you anymore, can't get out of that containment situation. Then that's a valid use for it, which none of you have ever said a day in your life. And now that I can't dispute. But just using it for that sole purpose is not the case. Playing Sub-Zero, you can't always be so cut and dry with Sub-Zero. You can't always. Sometimes you gotta give people a rope to hang themselves. I mean, no matter what you do with Sub-Zero, I mean, even if you do something else and just knock them down, they can always obviously just get up and block. They don't have to do anything. But sometimes giving the opponent the option to get out of something also gives you the option to blow them up and take more damage. You know, you have to mix it up sometimes. You can't just always do either one or the other. You know, so...
Yeah, back 1-2-1 is just a better mix-up all the time.
It's not just a better mix-up all the time.
Even if they decide to just block, you build more meter. You build like a third of a bar, I think a little more, and you get the same kind of damage that you used to do that scrubby combo where you jump and punch, 2-1-4 slide. It gives you the same exact damage, so... The only difference is you get more bar. And
but I also have some. But the thing is, you can't just rely on using back 1-2-1 because a lot of situations you have no choice but to end with 2-1-4 slide because they're airborne. So you have to have setups with Sub-Zero either or. I mean, sometimes.
Well, when they're airborne, yeah, but I mean, if you freeze them on the ground, you're gonna go for back 1-2-1. I mean, I don't even know why you're saying this because you use it all the time. Play now, so I mean you completely switch to it.
I do use it all the time, but some characters I don't use it on some characters. Like, and in situations sometimes I won't use it on Reptile if he can't break, just to knock him more toward the corner. I rarely use it on Kano because it's Kano, he can't get up anyway.
We're talking like higher level play here. Do you use it all the time in the tournaments you play now?
I use it for different reasons though. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't use it, but I mean.
Well, it's not garbage like you said it was, obviously, because you're using it, so it goes to show how much you know about the character. Not only that, I just recently noticed you're using the 2-2-2 in the corner, which, if you knew about all this stuff, I don't know why you didn't use it before.
I didn't need to use 2-2-2 before because I don't have to do 2-2-2 when I have the option to take 62%, or 50% with no meter, or 62% with a bar. If I have to choose between 29% with 2-2-2, or 50% no meter, or 62% with one bar, I'll take the damage in that particular situation. But with several things in the game changing, that needs to be used. And it's not really for every character of the game. It's really only to be used for about maybe 3 characters. It's not something you want to use against every character at all.
You want to use it against most of the top tier characters, the ones that count.
No, you want to use it against like a Cabal.
Yeah, that's what
you want to use it against Kung Lao. You guys never address Kung Lao whatsoever. The reasons you give against Kung Lao are not really valid. The problems Sub-Zero had against Kung Lao are not really the problems that, and are not really the problems that you guys think he has. The 2-2-2 really helped because it helped me contain Kung Lao. One of the biggest problems Sub-Zero had against Kung Lao, besides being able to shut the teleport options down, which I had to change a lot about my game to deal with that, is once you combo Kung Lao in the corner, the problem is once you juggle, when he's juggled, and you do a juggle combo in the corner, you can't ever get the clone up if you end with 2-1-4 or 2-2-4 or 2-1-4 slide. And, you know, if you stand there and block, he'll just EX spin, and if you respect the EX spin, he'll just go into his offense. By doing 2-2-2 clone, you can block the EX spin from a range that you can punish him. You have a clone there that he still has to get around, so on and so forth. And I just feel like you guys just don't go into detail enough on a lot of Sub-Zero's problems. I honestly think that you guys don't really understand a lot of his problems because you guys, rather than deal with his problems, you guys just switch off. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, play to win. Like Denzell's brother always... Like Denzell's brother...
Awesome, man.
I'll do.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on a second. It's kind of funny you said that because in our tournament history where we played the same people, I don't know if you know this, but you've lost to all the same people that I've lost to except for Michelangelo, right? And if you're talking about addressing Sub-Zero's problems, I don't know why you didn't go into that match with Sub-Zero when you beat him. You destroyed him with Kung Lao, but you didn't go into it with Sub-Zero. You lost Eric, you lost Christina. You basically lost every tournament player that I've lost to except him, and you didn't beat him with Sub-Zero. So I don't know what you're talking about addressing his problems, because you seem to switch characters too. You switch them for a reason, because you know it's an easier matchup, so why the hell wouldn't you do it? It'd be stupid not to do that.
I just came back, when I came back from console combat, not one of you guys would ever try to fight that Cabal with Sub-Zero. Not one of you. I'll tell you right now, I'll admit, I got lucky. In my opinion, I got lucky. But either way, I still did it. I am the only Sub-Zero player to beat a high-level Cabal in tournament. Period. Fact. Fact. And you know what? Master D's Cabal is better than Michelangelo's Cabal. So what?
Well, I'll tell you something right now. You're wrong about that, because I just recently started using Liu Kang right before SCR, because I wanted to blow up 16-bit, so I knew I couldn't do it with Sub-Zero, so I had to pick up another character to be a good fight against her. So yeah, I would have, if I had to play that guy, I would have played him with Sub-Zero, because that's who I was using at the time. I didn't really use any other characters.
I gotta be honest with you. That was a very competitive set. Me versus 16-bit at Power Up. I don't think any Sub-Zero has ever made a set look more competitive in tournament play. I agree. At that level.
Has the Sub-Zero player even taken a game off a top Katana player in tournament?
I think I took one off Mr. Molina in Devastation.
I think
I'm 100% sure.
I think you switched to Smoke and then did.
I know that big blow up that you guys did with, or I don't know, Test Your Might did, where they put me with Detroit in the front page, me losing like 10 games, but they never posted the one where I actually made him switch in tournament play, which is what matters, when I used my Sub-Zero against his Shang Tsung. But I actually did pretty good in that tournament with Sub-Zero. If you look at the
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I tell Dark Rebel all the time, I do take things into consideration. Like, there are things that I don't think about with Sub-Zero that, like Denzell has more experience against Shang Tsung than I did. And there was a few, or so does Shoryuken. And there's one thing that Detroit gave me a lot of problems in. I will say I have the best corner game of any Sub-Zero out there. When I get you in the corner, but Detroit was getting up a lot on me with down 3, beating out my 2s and whatever. And I happened to see Shoryuken, and I saw Denzell do it once. He would use down 3 because Shang can't EX Fireball. I don't care if he Soul Steals or EX Soul Steals, because he'll just be stuck in the mirror, and he can't get up and down 3 me. It techs him up every time, and then I can put the clone up. And I never thought about doing that to tech somebody off the ground before. So that I did implement. And I used that against Reptile. That really helped me against Reptile, because when you knock Reptile down in the corner, he can never get up with a dash. He has to get up with a slider and acid hand, because if he tries to get up with a dash, the down 3 will always hit him, because it's not a wake-up attack. So it's not that I don't implement things from Sub-Zero players. It's not that I don't. It's just that you guys really don't know what it's like to have to fight a Kenshi at that level, or Cabal at that level and be successful, or a Freddy at the level of like M2 Dave. You really do not. It is extremely difficult. And if you guys want to go to Liu Kang, I mean, look, you guys play a lot more characters than I do. The way I play the game is made for Sub-Zero. I don't have the success I do with Sub-Zero with other characters. I mean, Denzell is able to play a lot of characters and make it work for him. I'm not. Marvaz is able to do that while I am not. And Shoryuken is able to do that while I am not. So I just stick with Sub-Zero. When there's nothing wrong, it's like Denzell's brother said, hey, MLG's giving away a lot of money. Denzell wants to place in the money, so he's not going to, knowing he has other characters, why is he going to say, I'm fighting Cabal, let me play Sub-Zero, or I'm fighting Kenshi or Freddy? He'll go to, there's a lot of money on the line, and you play to win.
Well, but I guess your Kung Lao wins in tournament don't count then, since
my Kung Lao has not done anything good in the tournament since Seasons Beatings, and that was only because people were still fighting him like he was old Kung Lao. The second people really started to blow up Kung Lao with the current version of the game, then that was the end of my little Kung Lao thing.
Yo, didn't you use him to get to the top 8?
Seasons Beatings? Yeah, I got to the top 8.
At the latest tournament you went to.
Yeah, I did, but I got blown up by Chris G, and Sunk, I got to be honest with you, I did better against Sunk with Sub-Zero than Kung Lao.
Yeah, so why'd you switch, though?
I don't know, to be honest with you. It was a mistake in general to switch. I probably shouldn't have. But the next day I didn't switch. In the past, I probably would have immediately not used Kung Lao in any of those. I mean, Sub-Zero in any of those matches, but I stuck it out with him anyway. I would have done better with Sub-Zero against Chris G or Sunka, I believe. So, what I don't like is I don't like my style of Sub-Zero being labeled as a turtle sub because you can't.
No, you're the famous player. What do you want them to people you as?
16-bit. When we were in the hotel, how many times did I get Sunk in the corner and he was complaining about the corner traps?
A lot.
So let me ask you a question. What Sub-Zero player do you know turtles Cabal into the corner? How do you think I get Cabal into the corner?
All Sub-Zero players do that. They do the same thing with Katana. You just got to move forward underneath the instant air gas blast.
I don't like. You can't move forward. You don't move forward to a certain extent. You back her up with down fours. You get the life. I don't care if I have a 1% life lead. If I have a 1% lead, that bitch is going to have a hard time getting it back. I mean, that's honest to God. They're just.
And that doesn't make you a turtle.
But that's the nature of the match. The match has to be played that way. There's no other way he can fight it. He has to knock her down, and he has to knock her down in a situation where he has the lead or close to it. Otherwise, there's no pressure on her to do anything. There's no pressure on her to say, okay, he has the life lead. Man, if I get up with a wake-up attack, I'm fucked. And it forces her to have to get up and do nothing. It forces a mind game that is otherwise not there. I can't afford to give her the lead. You can't play rushdown sub against Sonya. You can't do that. I tried it, and I got blown up 5-0. You can't do that. The rushdown sub is a situational Sub-Zero. It only works against certain characters. It's not something that's universal.
Of course. You know what? The only way I could agree with you is if I was to play the match myself, because when you say you can't do that, I think to myself, you can't do that, Tom Brady. There's probably other people that can.
If you're going to play Foxy Grandpa or Kerbos or Death Sonya and you're going to be aggressive, it's a long day, my friend. No fucking way. That is not... Sub-Zero can be aggressive when he has her knocked down with no meter. Then he can be aggressive all he wants because he'll beat all her wake-up attacks. And there are times when I can be aggressive where if she only has one bar...
You don't bait out wake-up attacks. You can neutral jump. If you think that Sonya's going to wake up, where you just neutral jump and you catch her with a punch, neutral jump punch.
Your attacks will beat her out anyway. Your normal 2-1 string will beat out and all of her normal wake-up attacks. So that doesn't matter.
I'm talking about if you got Sonya and you're rushing her down and you knocked her down, and you're gonna back up and clone. That's one way you can do it. Or you can stand in front of her neutral jump and expect her to do a cartwheel. There's ways of baiting them. Like when I play katanas, when I used to use sub, I used to like to bait her to do a wake up attack. The thing is, I wasn't really good at punishing the wake up attacks like I am now. I've been practicing that a lot for a while now, so. I don't expect them to get away with the same stupid shit they used to get away with.
What do you mean baiting a wake-up attack? What do you mean you try to make her bait the wake-up attack? How so? How do you bait her wake-up attack?
Okay, well, if you knock down Katana, a lot of them like to do wake-up cutter. I watched them repeatedly do that, even EX cutter, whatever. You can punish that so easy. You just go there, crouch duck it. They can do wake-up square wave or whatever it's called, the lift, and you can just punish that also. But if you sit there and you put a clone up and you back up, you're not going to bait shit out. I mean, that's one way of playing it. You can play it.
I'm going to be dead honest with you. You know what? I used your strategy against 16-bit at Devastation, and I got blown up. I went away from your strategy and used... I'll tell you right now. The way I play against Katana now, they do not want to do a wake-up attack. Because I stop all of her wake-up attacks simultaneously.
16-bit is right here. He could say... When we were there, and you didn't use my strategy, you played completely the opposite of it. So you can
when I knocked her down, I would try to come in and down for her, and sometimes he would actually beat me out with fake out kick.
The down. Anything a down 3 is what you're gonna do, but not a down 4.
Look, Devastation. My Devastation style of Sub-Zero is in the gutter. That's Stone Age. If you're fighting Katana now, and you knock her down, you want to wait till she begins to wake up, and then you want to clone. This prevents her from doing any wake-up attack. She has no option. Wake-up cutter, wake-up EX cutter, wake-up fake-out kick, wake-up pretty kick, wake-up lift. All of that gets blown up. She can't, and if she does a wake-up square wave, you're already looking for the square wave while simultaneously stopping all of her other wake-up attacks. You stop all of her options with just one gesture and force her to get up and do absolutely nothing, or she will lose 25 to 30%.
Bro, y'all vouch for Tom.
Oh,
Tom did a really good job blowing up a wake-up attack.
She cannot wake up attack Sub-Zero because of the clone.
How is he doing a good job blowing up a wake-up attack by putting up a clone? He's just putting up a clone. That's not putting up a wake-up attack.
Because you can't see it in time. He does it fast enough so that if I cut her, he'll put the clone out and then she'll cut her into it. It's not like I can see the clone and then know not to do it.
Yeah. And the thing is, if he lays grounded, I can see she lays grounded and I can come in and tech her up. And because he's worried about the clone, I can make a read and say, now, because I have literally established, bitch, you cannot get up with anything, now I can come in and pressure and throw. Because I have simultaneously shut down every wake-up attack he does. It's no longer a guess. I have one option that shuts everything she does down. So when the katana player says, okay, he doesn't have to guess, he shuts everything I'm doing down simultaneously, I'll just get up and do nothing, and then I can come in and throw him. And then because I'm forcing him now to say, okay, I got to do something about this, I can't go down life, then he's forced to get up and do something when I'm putting up an option that stops all of his wake-up options again.
If you put up a clone at that distance to where he wakes up and does a cutter, and the invincibility wears off, because she can go right through cutter when she wakes up with the invincibility, but if you put it at that distance where her invincibility is going to wear off, you don't have time to go in and do anything to her. She can just wake up without doing anything and start doing fans and all that other shit. She can keep zoning. And you just got to keep playing the game.
If I do a slide and I clone, if she gets up and fan, I can still duck the fan. You know? I mean, if I slide and I clone as she's getting up, I can still get around the fan. But, of course, if she's going to guess, that's the read, though. If I say, you know what, because I've shut all of her wake-up attacks down, my read is now she's not going to do a wake-up attack, and I come into pressure, and he gets up and goes to do a fan or anything else, I'm going to blow her up.
You don't have time to clone. You're going to get pushed back by the clone, and she can get up for free. She can get up for free.
You're underwater again, man. You're underwater again. You're underwater again. Yeah.
Let me react to dude.
Yeah, re-at him.
Man, they gotta buff Katana's wake-up moves.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want to hear that shit about that bitch.
Here, I have an idea. How about this? Mid pretty.
No.
What do you think?
No, absolutely not. Am I not merciful? No.
Come on, man.
Shoryuken, what I'm saying is he can't react to the clone. So he has to guess as he's getting up. I don't have to clone. He has to guess, not me. So I'm not going to clone then dash in. I'm just not going to clone and then dash in if my read is he's not going to wake up attack at all. So I've literally made the guessing game, is he going to wake up attack at all? Or is he not going to wake up attack? As opposed to, is he going to wake up cutter? Is he going to wake up ass? Is he going to wake... None of that. Because if I come in to duck or whatever and he wakes up and does, ass out, then he's away from me. And I can't really get that kind of damage. So I defend against all of his options, and I really defend against the ass out, all at the same time. So it allows me to make an A or B read, as opposed to A, B, or C. I eliminate a variable. So it makes it an easier read. How many wake-up cutters does 16-bit do against me? None.
Not many, yeah.
Because you know why? I didn't have to down for it.
Well, I actually want the cutters. Now that I'm good at punishing it, I like those cutters.
But see, I don't have to come in and duck it. I have one option that stops everything she has simultaneously. Why would I come in and duck the cutter when I don't have to do that? To blow it up. I can blow up all of her options at the same time. What if I come in and duck the cutter and she asses away? What do I do then?
like you did in your tournament.
But I don't have a clone there to get 30% anymore.
The thing is, I watched that match.
Dude, you're hella underwater, man.
Can't hear you, dude.
Damn.
Damn, well, my mic was working a second ago.
Damn.
Hold on. Fuck.
Sector underwater. Now the thing with by the way, the thing with Marvaz thing though, it's true. Before Evo, Marvaz, we had a phone conversation. Marvaz says, "Hey man, I got this setup here where I do 2-1-2 and then I freeze them." He said, and then I go ahead and do the ground ice, and they fall down and they get up on the ice. But I did ask Marvaz. I said, well, what happens if they tech roll? But Marvaz said it was escapable. If Marvaz would have told me, dude, they fall on the ground ice, it's guaranteed, I would have said, but it is my fault also because I didn't test it. In reality, if I'd have I'm guilty of not spending 2 seconds in practice mode and just saying, okay, well, let me try out this setup. And if I would have even given it 2 seconds of thought, I would have seen, holy shit, this is good shit, it's guaranteed. And that's my fault for not even trying it out. But Marvaz is the first person to bring that up, the reset. That is true.
Let me explain about that phone call, dude. What I remember, though, is when I told you, dude, I actually told you like a whole bunch of setups, dude, and you said they were all garbage pretty much, dude.
Well, Sub-Zero, that one setup was a good setup. That one was good.
I couldn't even say a word because he kept talking over me when we were talking, so I was just like, whatever, fuck it, whatever.
I mean, you were saying some things like knock him down, like this way, and do full charge back two, and
no,
that's
like all the shit that all like Sub-Zero boys are doing now was the shit I was telling you back then, pretty much. Like for instance, like the shit that Rio was doing, the 1-3-4 in the back two, I told you about that shit. Fucking like neutral jump punch in the corner to splat them to the back two, like all that shit. I mean, like I said, it is gimmicks and shit, but I was telling you about that shit back then, and you basically said it was trash. And I did, like I said, about the 2-1-2 into the ice ball. Told you about the EX ground freeze, but when I told you, you just said it was trash and talked over me about it. And I said, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck anymore, I guess. And I just never said anything about it anymore.
That's how Brady is. I told him how to get perfect timing on the back. After the patch, I told him how to get perfect timing on the back two reset. Rio was there, and I forgot how many other people were there, and he was telling me I was stupid. And I proved to him in front of everybody in the room that my timing was more perfect on that than his. Not only that, like, Tom, do you even know the timing on the EX freeze back two reset? Do you know what the timing is?
Don't even say it, dude.
On the what?
If you say you know sometimes you EX freeze somebody, like you exchange a fireball or whatever, and you do EX freeze, like say noob or somebody.
Yeah.
You know what the back two timing is? The perfect timing so you can get the back two reset every time.
On the EX freeze.
On the EX freeze.
To do the full charge back two afterwards.
Yeah, and then they can't get out because obviously it's an EX freeze, and the timing is the same as the regular one. So
yeah, you have enough time to dash forward, and yeah, I understand that. It's not like the regular freeze where you can't get there fast enough. But they can still get out of that the same way by holding neutral.
No, yeah, but you know what the perfect timing for it is though, because it's still you can turn it into a 50-50. If you don't know what the perfect timing is, it's not going to be a 50-50. They're either going to get out, or you're gonna hit them with it, and it's going to be a combo.
Okay.
I mean, I can tell you a real easy way to do it, huh?
Now, here's my problem with that. The full charge back to reset in this particular version of the game is totally worthless unless Sub-Zero has X-Ray, because he doesn't really gain that much damage any other way. The only thing he can really do, I mean, when he had the reset, then it was meaningful because then you got to pick your fucking poison. Then it was a problem because he's gonna either do big damage one way or the other. So then it was a big problem. But now, even if he does like an EX freeze and dashes up and does a full charge back to reset, if they hold neutral, what's the worst Sub-Zero can do? You did an EX freeze, you're gonna do almost the same damage. You get a jump and punch 2-1-4 slide. What's that gonna do? 26? The most you're gonna do if they go to neutral is another 2-2 freeze or a back 1-2 freeze into a combo. You're going to do about 30. You're going to do about 4% more for something that's unguaranteed. And that's not enough damage for me. Now, if Sub-Zero has X-Ray, it's a big deal because basically then, if you get like a jump-in combo or whatever it is into a freeze, you've already taken that, 15%, whatever it is, then you do the full charge back choose. Now they got to make a choice because they got to choose either now, 48% with 214.
This thing, nobody really knows that anybody knows how to do that back to reset off of EX freeze. So when you exchange a projectile with someone, say Katana, right? Say she throws her fans at you and she's grounded, and you catch her with the EX freeze. You can go in for a back to reset right now at this point because nobody does it. Nobody knows how to do it. I mean, no one has a time.
But why would I do that when I need that damage? If she goes to neutral, all I'm gonna get is basically the damage that I would have received, that would have got anyway, maybe 4% more, and it's just a 50-50, and I can't 50-50 out on that damage.
If you do an EX freeze from full screen and you go for jump and punch 214 slide, what are you gonna get? Like 25%?
26%, yeah.
Okay, so when you do a back to reset, you get 38%. So what do you mean? How are you talking about 3%?
Why are they not going to stay at neutral? Why are they going to eat the full charge back too?
Because they don't know the timing right now. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, nobody knows the timing. And that's why I'm asking you, do you know the timing to it? I mean, I've been pulling it off on people because I figured out the timing and it works. I mean, everyone's like...
If you time the full charge back too, so that there's no way they can jump or poke out of it, they can still just go to neutral, and you only get the 11%.
What if you use that all the time? Why are you making it look like it's complete trash right now when you used to use it all the time, even when people knew exactly what you're saying now?
I used to use it because there was a time
when the game, from the very beginning of the game, you explained how to get out of it. Right when the game was released, and you still kept using it.
I used it because at that point in the game, I knew nobody would really pay attention to how to get out of it yet, so I used it to take advantage of the gimmick of it. Because I used to use that when it was guaranteed at one time in the beta, and obviously it wasn't. So I said, okay, well, I'll just try to get some cheap beta damage while I can still get away with it, which is why I used it.
What did I just tell you about people not back to reset on the EX freeze?
But at this point in the game, it's too well known, and I'm not going to sit here and guess as to who will or won't know how to get out of it. I need that damage. The Katana players that are going to beat me in a tournament are going to be at a level high enough where they already know how to get out of it. So if I try that against a 16-bit or Crazy Dominican or Mr. Molina, they're going to know how to get out of that already. So I can't give up my 26% for a 50-50.
Yeah. Well, either way, for any Sub-Zero player that's interested in ever wanting to do it for whatever reason, it's basically 4 jumps anywhere on the screen. You just jump 4 times, then you jump up to the character and back to charge it, and that's the perfect timing.
But that doesn't, I mean, what you're saying doesn't help. If Sub-Zero player says, hey, I don't know how to beat Katana, nothing that was said in this conversation helps them, except for outside of the wake-up stuff that I was talking about Katana.
It's just knowledge, man. They can use it. That's the thing. That's how you make everything else look. And that's
I know, but the problem they're gonna have in that match, the problem they're gonna have in that match goes beyond that. That's not even gonna. That is so incidental. It's not really gonna help them in that match.
I'm talking about any character they do it on. I'm just putting it out there. Just a little more knowledge about the character. Just like everything else that I've ever said. I stopped posting a lot of things. I know a lot about option selects and a bunch of other crap. But I get lazy to post, so I don't really go into it. I'm not trying to, but there's a lot of crap that people don't know about. This community, especially the Sub-Zero players, seem really, really scrubby to me because they can't figure out a lot of things. And, sometimes I'll post something and it's like they don't really pay attention to it. So I think, what's the point of me posting? It's not like I'm helping myself out. I'm trying to help them out, and they don't listen. So basically, they can use it. I mean, that's just how it works. 4 jumps anywhere on the screen. You can use it, not use it, whatever. That's pretty much what it is. That's the perfect timing for the back two.
Okay. You guys are arguing about really old strategies. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
K7.
I mean,
Well, that's what this was supposed to be about, right? Sub-Zero.
I'll say I'm playing 16-bit, and I need to make up life. I do an EX freeze. There is no fucking way he's going to eat that reset. There is no... I might as well just take my guaranteed damage. There is no... That's too much life to... Your best case scenario is you'll get like 30% right there. People are not going to get... For the full charge back to actually hit somebody.
Fine. You can make it look. You can make it look like whatever. I mean, if you exchange a projectile with somebody at this point in the game with the EX freeze, like I said, people don't know about it too much, and it's, I guess I should just use it. A lot of the tech I come up with, I should just use it in tournaments when I use them, But the problem is, I stick to SoCal. Those are the people that helped me discover this stuff, so I really can't use it against them. The people that I find this stuff out with is the people I'm gonna use it on. Of course, they're not gonna go
because
for it.
Here's why I don't talk about this, the Sub-Zero players, because I preach about not building a strategy based off opponent's ignorance. Because I say if you're gonna win at the highest possible level, you can't rely on that strategy. You need to have that's not solid. It's a trick. It's a gimmick. It's not solid. It's not reliable. You're wasting a bar of meter for a gimmick.
No, you're gonna do. I'm not saying to do a naked. I'm just talking about when you do it. Say you want to exchange. When you get the feeling somebody's gonna throw a projectile at you, you do that regardless. A lot of times, Sub-Zero players will throw out an EX freeze. I've seen you do it. I do it. Any other good Sub-Zero player will try and exchange with the EX freeze because it comes out faster.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't use the EX freeze, and 16-bit can vouch for me on this, as can anybody. I trade with the regular freeze blast better than any Sub-Zero on the fucking planet. I do not need the EX freeze. I trade just fine with the regular freeze.
Just in this match with 16-bit, I saw you try to do an EX freeze, and he knocked you out of it with the fan. Go back and watch the replay.
I did it once, and I don't like doing the EX freeze. I don't like doing it. I don't like
that's exactly what I was talking about. Okay, well, you did. That's what I just finished saying.
I did it once. The whole tournament. I used EX freeze once the entire tournament. I can count the time I've done an EX freeze in my entire MK life on both hands. I don't like doing EX freeze. I don't need it. When I play Ryu 48 Sonya or CD Junior's Jax, whatever, I can trade just fine with projectiles without using the EX freeze. I don't need the... When I played M2 Dave's Freddy, how many trades did I get without the EX freeze? Why do I need the EX freeze when I can trade just fine without it? I don't need the EX freeze. You don't need EX freeze. The EX freeze, to me, it's good in certain situations.
Using it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You say one thing in tournament, you do others.
I used it one time, bro. I used it one time. Once. Uno. One. I used it one time.
Uno.
How many times did I trade with Forever King's projectile without using the EX freeze? Plenty.
You got him to stop doing the energy wave, yeah.
Plenty. And nobody slides better than me. Why would I want to do an EX freeze? If I'm playing Sonya or Katana, I'm thinking EX freeze. I'm thinking slide. I'm really good with slides. I can slide Sonya's projectile on reaction. I can slide Jax's projectile on reaction. I don't always need the free stuff. It's not as cut and dry like that with Sub-Zero. The EX freeze, you need that meter. Dude, I eat full combos just to not break her. Why am I going to use an EX freeze for, like, please God, let this hit? I don't like doing that. I really need to have, like, some kind of spider sense tingling for me to use an EX freeze. I don't like it. I think it's a waste of meter.
I think it's full versus Reptile, EX freeze.
Against Reptile?
Yeah.
You don't really need it against Reptile. Option select clone shit works really, really good. Reptile, you turn into a slugfest. Reptile beats all lame outs. You cannot lame Reptile out. He'll control the meter game. He'll control...
You're saying it's not wise to trade green ball with the EX freeze?
I'm not saying it's not wise to. I'm just saying that it's a gamble. Whereas using like an EX slide or just... I approach the Reptile match a lot differently. I mean, I I'm extremely aggressive against Reptile. I don't like sitting back against him unless I'm sitting on a life lead. I feel like, I mean...
Well, EX Freeze has its uses, man, regardless of whatever you try and make it look like. And you know it does whatever, but...
I'm not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying whereas you would use the EX Freeze against someone like a fast zoner like Freddy or Sonya, I would just use the regular freeze and get the same result. Is what I'm saying. I mean, that is something that every Sub-Zero... Anyone out there at this level will tell you, the best zoner... Man, I used to trade with Old Scarlet. Okay, Old Scarlet I would still get trades with sometimes. I mean, there's an art form to using the Ice Blast. There really is. I mean, I could sit here and say I'm the best Sub-Zero in the world at using slides, and people will obviously dispute that. But I'm really good at using slides. I mean, I'm really good at using slides and Ice Blasts. I mean, that's two of his biggest tools. I think the EX Freeze is overrated. It has its uses. It's situational. It requires a read, so that 1 bar of meter is worth too much to me sometimes. Sometimes I'll try it. I also don't like how the EX Freeze can keep an opponent airborne, and I don't get the extra freeze time like the regular freeze. I don't like that. I think it's kind of a dumb design.
I think that's retarded.
Yeah, but I just feel like overall, the big elephant in the room is at the end of the day, a lot of people feel like that I am using Sub-Zero against a higher level of competition than other Sub-Zeros have to play him on. So I feel like if this is true, that my experience as Sub-Zero, I have way more experience than anyone else with the character. I mean, there are some things that I definitely take into consideration. I do listen to guys that other Sub-Zero players say. But at the end of the day, I have my own style, where I play both offensive and defensive, where out there you guys are very aggressive players. So I think your Sub-Zeros out there are more matchup-based as opposed to try to for everything. So.
All right, I got a question for Denzell here. Now, Denzell, you said that you would 5-0 Tom's Turtle Sub Trash.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, is a more aggressive Sub-Zero the correct way to play the character?
I think it's for certain matchups, like what Tom's saying. Like, versus Liu Kang, you gotta be aggressive against Liu Kang, because he has a faster fireball. And I think Kung Lao, you should have a aggressive Sub-Zero too, because Kung Lao can pretty much outzone Sub. He can run away from hats, teleport, you know.
Now hold on now. I just played one of the best Kung Laos in the world, and he couldn't outzone me, and he couldn't out-turtle me. The only thing he would have been able to do is beat me punch for punch. There is no way Sub-Zero beats Kung Lao by being aggressive.
Yo, man, just observation, but wherever King was scared, dude.
He was scared. And
he looked scared, dude.
MK Legend didn't look scared. That man he's reckless as fuck the whole tournament.
Yeah, man, you were fucking ragging on that dude the whole tournament, too.
And I said I was wrong. Because the way he was blowing people up so bad, I said, wow, I mean, he just seems so reckless.
Yeah, because he plays hella online and shit.
But when I played him, he was not like that. I thought he was going to be giving me... let's be serious here. Who the fuck is not guilty at least one point in their tournament life seeing somebody play and thinking they're not that good, and then they play him and say, oh, I was wrong, he's good. Throw the first fucking stone. Because there should be nobody throwing stones right now. All right? I mean, and afterwards I said, the 16-bit, he was good. And afterwards I shook his hand and I said, he played really well. I said, wow, you are really good. I said, I told him he was really good. So I gave him his props afterwards. You can't, dude, PL's Kung Lao is the most crazy Kung Lao in the world. You can't go punch for punch with him. He's built to go punch for punch. Denzell Terry, you brought up footage of Evo last week against 16-bit. I know you don't want us to really go back to Evo footage. All right, you went back to Evo last. All right, you went back. Here's my thing with Denzell. You can't be selective on when you want to bring up Evo. You can't bring up Evo and say, I beat 16-bit, and then say, oh, Evo don't count when you bring up PL. I mean, it's if you want to say,
That's a good point.
That crap don't count.
come on.
I didn't say that.
He didn't have his
I
pad.
didn't say that.
I mean, it's you just can't play Kung Lao. In reality, like you can blow up his instant teleport 3. It does take time to be able to distinguish between the instant teleport 3 and the drop down 3. Because if you go to punish the instant teleport 3 and he does a drop down, you're going to get blown up. So you have to really be able to confirm visually that the 3 came up on the way up, and if it didn't come up on the way up, you have to be able to block. Then if you want to start punishing that, you have to start guessing on when you're going to 2-2 if he teleports, or if you're going to just crouch. If you do it that way, the worst you're going to eat is every once in a while you'll eat an instant 3, which is not going to go to a combo, unless the guy's a Jedi and he's like ECT McFly who gets spin every time when instant 3 hits. But the key to fighting Kung Lao with Sub-Zero is you want to eliminate the option. See, Kung Lao in that match, if you're fighting him close, always has the option of jump in or teleport, and you have to choose which option you're going to respect. And using the clone isn't always the option. Isn't always the best option there. So the best option is sometimes you want to use the clone to kind of stop Kung Lao from jumping in or going forward. But sometimes you really want to keep a space that even if Kung Lao jumps forward, he can't reach you unless he teleports or dive kicks, which allows you to eliminate the mix-up.
about that?
And just being aggressive against Kung Lao, I don't.
Who cares about her?
I don't really think Forever King was scared. I don't. He won the first game. He won the first game pretty convincingly, so I don't think he was too scared. Because he won the first game pretty convincingly.
To me, it looked like he was scared, man.
I don't. What else could he have done better?
I mean, in my opinion, he could have pressured you a lot better with Jax.
Oh, I'm talking about with Kung Lao though.
He was even before that second, and I guess he was just scared to go in on Tom, and then he started going in.
Well, it's kind of hard to. You can't just go in like that because of the clone. I was ducking a lot. I was sliding a lot of his projectiles and a lot of his ground pound cancels.
What?
Yeah.
About what?
So, with Kung Lao, I don't think he was scared. With Jax, I think there was definitely things he was a bit tentative, like when he knocked me down in the corner and he let me jump over him. Little things like that. I agree with. But I think it's just making a bad read. People make bad reads sometimes. I mean, and nerves attribute to that. That's for sure. But I'm saying with Kung Lao, I don't know. I mean, I have fought almost every Kung Lao out there. I
haven't fought P-Board, dude.
That's what I was gonna say.
Is P-Board player the best Kung Lao in the world?
Yes.
You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna tell you something right now. It's not. I don't think Tyron was telling me this because P-Board's West Coast, but he was pretty sincere when he told me that he played PL's Kung Lao, and he said the only Kung Lao that beats him is P-Board. And P-Board did take out Mr. Molina too, so I mean, P-Board's a good Kung Lao, and you haven't played him, so he has really good reads. He knows when to be aggressive. He looks wild, but he knows when. He's really good with that character.
I'm not saying he doesn't. What I'm saying is I played against Kung Lao when he was super powered. I do not believe P-Bird's Kung Lao now is better than the super powered Kung Lao days.
No, but I think he plays him the way he's supposed to be played now. I think he knows how Kung Lao should be played now, not in the past or pre-past or whatever.
Yeah, but you can't be aggressive with any Kung Lao like that. And not even someone like P-Board. I can't be aggressive like that. That's just going to play into his game.
But what if Kung Lao gets the lead?
So he's up 30%. What you gonna do?
I mean, I do have things for that. But I'm just saying, not like Forever King was on match point and was up 50% life. What do you mean? What if he gets the lead? Don't think
that means he played bad. Then that's what that means.
I know 16-bit or whoever's laughing here because it's like, what is Tom going to do to get a break? I know it's one of those laughs. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. I'll tell you, you're going to play aggressive sub, Ryu 48. you will never have to worry about playing from ahead because you will just lose very quickly. Same thing with Kerbalicious. Same thing with any of these top Sonya players. I mean, if they get a lead, they have a lead. But you can't just play into Kung Lao like that. I mean, if he has the lead, he has a lead. I know what to do in all situations. But if I play into his game, it's going to be more than what if he has the lead. It's going to be, I'm just fucking dead. I'm overwhelmed. There are certain matches where Sub-Zero can really slow the match down. Kung Lao. In this particular patch, he can. Kung Lao can outzone Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero has tools to shut down the teleport. Walking forward doesn't do anything, Denzell, because if I don't have a clone on the screen and he jumps and I walk forward and he doesn't teleport, I'm in trouble. You can't just walk forward. And if he's doing his poke strings to teleport, you can't walk forward because the instant 3 will blow you up before you can walk the other direction. It's going to hit you. So walking forward isn't the option there. It's just, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think any one of you guys would prefer to use Sub-Zero against P-Board player. I think you guys all have other characters to handle that much better, and I think in a tournament with money on the line, you would go to one of those characters.
Denzell can use Sub versus P-Board any time, actually.
You know what? I just don't know that P-Board is better than PL's against Sub-Zero.
PL's random, though.
He's good random, though.
He is very, he's extreme. He spins, teleports.
PL's Kung Lao has one problem right now. Low hitbox characters. That's it. P-Board may be better against low hitbox characters because Kung Lao is made for today's game. But if your character has a mid or high hitbox, PL is the best Kung Lao in the world. If your character has a regular hitbox.
I don't think he's the best Kung Lao.
PL is the best. PL's the best teleporter.
In fact, I think Foxy might even got a better Kung Lao, to be honest.
I mean, somebody has there's a world championship belt hanging on someone's closet, man, that says otherwise. I got to be honest with you, man.
That was good.
That's like saying, somebody boxing today who's never won a world tournament championship is better than Muhammad Ali. At the end of the day, somebody has a belt, somebody doesn't.
But
I will say this about. Wait, I can't say one thing about. Hold on, I can say one thing about PL. I went to you guys and I beat all of you, and I won your tournament. And about 4 weeks later, PL beat me.
So wait, hold on. When I was talking to you at SCR, you said you were scared to play Denzell. Did you not say that?
He beat me at Evo. Yeah, he's a good player, man.
So you telling me you beat all of us, but you didn't play Denzell or me?
He didn't get to me. He didn't get to me because I was still in.
What would happen if he did get to you?
Then
he would have won.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah.
That's cool.
What? Wait a minute. I said
16, but how do you say that you bodied all of us when you did win the tournament? Obviously, I mean, there's no dispute there. But huh?
Who won when we played casuals?
X-Blaze blew you up like crazy.
There is video of me defeating him in casuals. He did very well after the tournament. I give him big props. But you can see videos of me. You can go on YouTube and you can see me beating him in casuals. Now, he did well against me later. I said it on this podcast. Fair enough. I beat Tyron in tournament. I beat you in casuals. I beat Bone in tournament. I won your tournament decisively. And then PL beat me a few weeks later.
You didn't body the whole West Coast. You might have.
Who have I not beaten besides Denzell, who didn't make it to me?
You ain't beat me.
You haven't even played me either.
You didn't get to play P-Board.
He didn't make it to me. I won that tournament through winner. I didn't lose a game.
Wait a minute. Who took P-Board out when he went to Texas Showdown?
I think first.
Showtime?
Showtime.
Either Cat or.
No, Cat was in the losers bracket. So Cat had to have eliminated him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something right now, my friend. PL's Kung Lao will do will be a lot harder than Shiva. Okay? All right? And I'm saying if P-Board, I love Cat. Cat has a really good cabal, but his cabal is not at the level of like Rio or Master D yet. I think it could be at some point. Cat's obviously a very good player. He's definitely getting a lot better. I foresee Cat being doing very well at MLG Anaheim, and I foresee Cat doing very well at Evo. But who are you going to take right now? PL's Kung Lao against Cat's Cabal. Who are you taking?
Cat.
I'm taking Cat.
How about Tom Brady's? How about Tom Brady's Kung Lao against Cat's Cabal?
Cat.
Really? Because I have video of that same match. What do you think happened, Marvaz?
I don't even know what happened.
Kung Lao wins.
When did you play that?
Yep. Final round.
No, again, I don't like doing that game because it was a close match. It was a close money match. He could beat me next time, you know. My rating sucks. My Kung Lao sucks. Honest to God, my Kung Lao sucks. So does my rating.
Dude,
I was you know, you win some, you lose some. In your case, you lose 3, win 1. Next page.
Damn.
Wait, hold on. Now that you brought that up, so you're basically saying that you're a better player than me for beating me 3 times before top 8.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes or no?
No, I'm just saying.
Wait a minute, Tom. Why don't you just say that? What's wrong with that?
Yeah,
I'm just saying those are the numbers. Those are the numbers, and people can make up their own minds. I mean, people can make up their own minds what's happening. I don't know.
That you're a better player. I would have brought up the fact that I beat Tyrant 3 times in money matches, but he beat me in tournament. So does that mean I'm a better player than Tyrant? No, it doesn't actually. He beat me. He's a better player than me in tournament.
I've beaten you twice in tournament.
You beat me once. We didn't even finish the first set.
Dude, the guy said 3 out of 5. Like, he said 2 out of 3. He said 2 out of 3. And we played a money match. We played in the tournament.
Dude, that money match was nothing, dude. That shit was wild, dude. Like, I was about to leave and everything. I was like, wow, Tom's by himself. Let me just go ask one quick money match.
Now, here's why that's not fair. Because if I'd have lost that money match, I would have been hearing about it.
No, I wouldn't have said shit about the money match.
You wouldn't have said shit. Who here believes that, man? Come on, man.
What would I say? Oh, I beat Tom Brady, yay.
Yes! Yes!
No.
Yes, you would have. Yes, okay. You would have.
Anyways, what were you saying about 2 out of 3? What, the ref?
I said, how many games? He said 2 out of 3. Afterwards, 40 minutes later, it was about 40 minutes later, he came back and he said, no, it's 3 out of 5. And he apologized, and I said, dude, I'm not playing 40 minutes later. Exactly. I'm not playing another game 40 minutes later.
Exactly. And then we never played. Like I said,
we played by the rules that we thought. We both agreed to 2 out of 3.
I had my headset on, dude, and you told me, hey, it's 2 out of 3. I never heard the fucking ref say 2 out of 3.
The ref said 2 out of 3. He came over and then he apologized afterwards. He said, I'm sorry, I thought it was 2 out of 3. Even the ref apologized to me. He said, I'm sorry about that, it's 2 out of 3. Either way, if it was that big of a deal and you really wanted to prove the point, you could have beat me the first set in our match and then said, you know what, fuck the second set, peace, I'm out of here, you can take it. And bottom line, I mean, dude, if I would have got blown up 2 sets, I would have never heard the end of it. And if I would have got blown up 2 sets and I would have said, look, I really don't care, it's whatever, I would have been blown up and called an excuse maker.
Okay. Well, wasn't that what you said, though? Remember when you said, when we played the second set, didn't you say, hey, it really doesn't matter, dude?
No, what I said to you is, I don't want to play the second set because it doesn't matter. I said I didn't want to play it. I said, but if you want to play it, we can. And you told me, well, it's for a $50 gift card, so we'll play it. That's what you told me. I didn't even know about that. I went to Dr. Dog and I said, are you sure?
You told me, dog. You told me about the gift card.
No, you told me, and I confronted Dr. Dog about it, and he said, Yeah, $50 gift card. So I said, okay, $50 gift card, we'll play. Well, he told me $50 gift card plus quote-unquote seeding in the top 8, which is whatever. So either way, we were playing for seeding and a $50 gift card. So it was like a $50 money match.
What did I tell you before we played, though? What was the first thing I told you? Dude? I was like, I don't give a fuck about this match, as a matter of fact.
I don't give a fuck about the match. But it's still a tournament match. But if I would have lost, 16-bit. Do you believe if I would have lost that match?
Dude, that's what you think. No one would have said anything about it, man.
Dude, come on, man.
Maybe like 2 or 3 people. That's about it.
Everybody would. Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on, dude. You know for a fact.
So I've beaten you in tournaments, beaten you in money matches, and my tournament resume is better than yours. What do you want to go off of, Marvaz?
Oh, hold on. So who won in top 8, though, dude? Why did I beat you in top 8? Why?
Because you outplayed me. Why did I beat you every other time we've ever played on the Earth?
No, you beat me 3 times that day. And what the fuck, dude? I didn't have any practice for Devastation, dude.
I didn't either.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You had no practice before Devastation?
None, dude. None.
Me either, man. It sucked, man.
For how long? When was the last? All right, so after Evo, before
after
October, you
Evo, I stopped playing like a week later, dude, and I did not play the game at all until Devastation.
He really didn't though, and there's a whole bunch of 88s that can vouch for that because he was offline for a long time, and Marvaz didn't play before Devastation it was quite a couple.
Okay, after Devastation. Okay, what a lame excuse. That's so lame, dude.
Dude, that's not an excuse. I'm just saying that's what happened, dude.
Okay, answer Tom's question. What does he have to do to prove that he's better than you?
Do you mean fucking top 8?
Marvaz, here's my problem.
Hit the top 8 first, man.
Dude, I've made top 8 every fucking major I've been to, except for Evo.
How many majors is that?
I've only been to NCR and Devastation.
NCR.
And I went to... Yeah, NCR.
You won one match to get top 8 in NCR.
What?
Come on, man.
Dude, that's like the same as that competition.
Well, wait a minute, though. Hold on a second. If you want to compare tournament resumes, the only way you can really truly compare is tournaments where both players attended. The ones where no one could show up, those are irrelevant. Yeah, Tom placed what he placed, and there's no argument there. But if you look at the tournament placings, Marvaz placed way higher than he did at Evo, and so did I. I didn't place way higher, but I placed higher than Brady, and so did
I was in the top 20. I was in the top 20 at Evo.
Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? I was 1 game away from top 16.
You came out of pools and losers, and you lost your very first game. How does that make you win?
No, I did not lose my very first game. Thank you very much.
He lost your very first game before top 16.
I lost 1 game before top 16. I lost 1 game before top 16.
Who did you beat after pool?
I don't even fucking. I think I don't remember when I don't even remember. I don't remember so many fucking randoms at Evo. I have no idea who the fuck half of these people were. To be dead honest with you, I have no idea. I know I made it in the top 32 because I had to win 1 match, and I made it in the top 30. Then I don't know who I had to play after that. I know Art was 1 match before I had to play Rio, and I didn't make it. I lost to Art. So, and now I had to play Mr. Naps. I had to beat Mr. Naps.
All right, dude. You lost to what's his name? To Eris, the same guy I lost to.
So?
You lost to Eris.
Eris got 9 at the time, the best smoke player in the world. I mean,
first of all, hold on a minute. Are we really talking about tournament resumes here? I have more quality wins than any of you people. Period. And that's a fact.
I know. I just finished telling you that the only way to truly compare is tournaments both attended.
So
and the only reason you got higher than me, at Devastation is because I had to face Detroit and Mr. Molina. I don't think you would have made it out of my pool either if you had to face Detroit and Mr. Molina. And I think anybody on this podcast can agree with that. I mean, even 16-bit that's jockeying you right now, but he You can't deny that. The odds would be against you if you had to face Detroit and Mr.
I could say you will never beat someone like Classy Sasquatch, Eric Warda. You will never beat someone like Master D. You will never beat M2 Dave. I could go down the fucking list of names. You're gonna beat Michelangelo.
Wait a minute. No. Hold on a second. You want to talk about I came a hairline away from beating Eric Warda with Sub-Zero at Evo, and you can ask him. He turned around, looked at me, and goes, "You know what, man? You're the best. I've never played Sub-Zero like that." I was like, "Thanks."
That's
and
true.
you can ask him. That's exactly what he told us.
However, Eric Warda, when I played Eric Warda in a money match, I would tell you what his score was, but I can't remember.
With Kung Lao, not Sub-Zero. With Kung Lao.
It's a win you've never gotten. Stop with that shit. Stop it. You have never beat Michelangelo in your life. I have. I don't give a fuck how I did it. The point is I did it. Let's not stop splitting hairs here. Now we're no longer talking about me as a Sub-Zero player. We're talking about me as an MK9 player. Me as an MK9 player, period, have more quality wins than Blackula over here. Blackula in this very house has beaten a more quality opponent than you ever have. At least he put Morty in losers. You have never beaten anybody as close to that level.
Hey, let Blackula know.
This podcast is called the Sub-Zero Awards. We're talking about Sub-Zero stuff.
You're talking. Well,
wait a minute. Wait. You guys, you gotta give Tom. I mean, come on, man. When you're going, I almost beat somebody a year ago. Like, come on, man. You got it. Tom is the most accomplished tournament Sub-Zero player.
Nah, dude, Denzell.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Denzell?
I don't care.
All right.
Let's talk about Sub-Zero. Let's talk about Sub-Zero.
I mean, I just don't like hearing, "Oh, Tom did this," but we could have done it too. We just weren't there to get.
I don't care.
And you cannot say, "Well, Marvaz doesn't get to travel."
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying any of that. I was just talking about comparing our scores to the same type of people that we played, the same competition, and basically, the same type of tournaments that all of us attended.
No, the bottom line is, as a tournament player in general, I have beaten more quality opponents. Period. The burden of,
opponents that I have. You lost to Eric. That's what I don't understand. That just goes to show that would have traveled around, maybe things would have kind of stayed the same, where you're losing to the same kind of people I'm losing to, or whatever.
Yeah, but you got to do it, man. You can't just say maybe.
No.
How many top Cabal players have you ever beaten in tournament with Sub-Zero? Top in the country. How many? Zero.
Yeah.
So I'm the only Sub-Zero player to successfully beat a top Cabal in tournament play.
You beat one Cabal, dude. That was Master D in a local.
No, hold on.
Was Master D even that
good?
With
your answer, Master D was good at the time, yes. Master D was just coming from that season's beat.
Yeah, but the only Cabal player that I've ever faced in tournament was one, and that was Mike, and that's when he was at his peak. That's the only Cabal player I ever faced.
I've only played Mike one time in casuals, and it was 6 for him. It was very close. Could have gone either way. I might have won on the score. The video was up. We were going game for game. His Cabal versus Sub-Zero. What do you want? What do you want? You said you wanted to see me do it. I have. I've never seen you do it. You know what Michelangelo told me? When these guys play Sub-Zero on me, I just laugh. He wasn't laughing that day, though. All right, that's all I have to say about that. All right?
Win Sub-Zero in tournament.
Doesn't matter.
Well, how does it not matter, dude? You use fucking Kung Lao, dude.
She's Kung Lao. You guys use other characters too. There's not a character. You guys couldn't. Here's the difference. There was no character you guys had that could beat him. Period. There's no character you guys. If you guys could have beaten him, you guys would have gone somewhere to beat him. Otherwise, I wouldn't see the name Michelangelo first place on the West Coast tournaments. So the guy was a top player. I went with Kung Lao because it was a more sure bet at the time. At this point in the game, my Kung Lao was not that good. I don't think my Kung Lao was even that good back then. I went with a more sure bet. But I've beaten Freddy's, I've beaten Kenchi's with Sub-Zero. What the fuck do you have to say about that? Kenchi? How easy is that match for Sub-Zero? That's one of the worst matches in the game.
Fuck that match.
What about that?
Good for you.
Well, you say I switch out. Well, I didn't switch out. What did I do? I went to Sub-Zero. I mean, what are you trying to say?
What Kenshi did you beat with Sub-Zero?
Teeth.
Teeth?
Yeah, his Kenchi's pretty good. And when I play Blackula, we go game for game, Kenchi versus Sub-Zero. It's tough. It's a hard match.
Dude, no disrespect to Teeth, but I don't think he was even, like, top any player at the time.
Teeth's pretty good, man.
No, he's good, yes, but I'm just saying, at the time, I mean, I don't think no one knew about him, no one even cared about him, nothing.
He had one of the best Kenshi.
Not bad.
He was like the only.
What about Blackula's Kenshi?
What about it?
Kenshi right now.
What about his Kenshi?
What about his Kenshi?
It's not good?
Well, I've never played him, but yeah, I mean, actually, I played him online. Yeah, it's good.
I do fine against that with Sub-Zero. Basically back and forth
How do
games.
you do against Pig? How do you do against Pig's Kenshi?
I've only played his Kenshi once, and that was in that money match. And how do you think I did? Man,
I don't know.
I didn't play him. Pig's Kenshi's really good. I used Kung Lao on him because in that money match. I think Pig and Blackula. I think Pig is a great player, one of the top 6 players in the country. I don't know. I've never tried it with Sub-Zero. But win or lose, I can fight that match better than any other Sub-Zero player out there. And I'm not here to get in a conversation of ifs or whatever. Basically, this is boiling down to, listen, Tom Brady has got a better tournament resume, but we think we could have done the same thing, so we want the same kind of credit. I mean, what am I supposed to do? You guys are faulting me for playing well with Sub-Zero against people you haven't beaten yet because you haven't played them yet. How is that my fault? I mean,
what? I'm not saying that.
Well, what is 16-bit is saying Tom Brady is the most accomplished Sub-Zero player, and you guys are saying, well, that's not fair because we think we would have done the same thing if we were in the same tournaments. That is disrespectful to a lot of players. I don't know who I can beat. I will never assume I'm going to beat anybody. Anybody can be beat at any.
Like I said, I didn't say that. I said it was the only way to compare this to tournaments we've been to. I'm not talking about. I said you won the ones you won, and obviously.
You guys said, quote, I have never beaten any top players ever. Period.
Well, hold on. You're a top player, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but you guys said I have never beaten any top player.
Who said that?
You said it on your podcast.
But I have never beaten any top players ever.
Yeah, in fact, I think Shoryuken, I think you said it.
No. I said
no one said that. No.
Hold on. No, what I told Tom personally at Evo, whenever you come across somebody good in your pools, you more than likely you won't win, you won't make it out, or you won't win a major if there's anybody good at that major. And it's pretty much been that way. I mean, regardless of whatever you guys want to say to me, that's pretty much how it's. When
how
someone
many
like
times?
CD Junior, like just any major name, Pig, whatever, Detroit U60, he's not going to get too far, you know. And people might get pissed off at that, but that's
true.
With the rest.
You named 3 players out of everyone in the entire country. I've never played CD Junior in a tournament. I've only played Pig once in a tournament. And overall, in all my matches against Pig, I think we've done pretty well against each other. We've gone back and forth overall in our matches. I mean, I've only played him in one tournament. He definitely beat me there, no question about it. I mean, I give him props. He outplayed me. But I have played Pig several times in my life, and they go back and forth. So, what does that I mean, what are you trying to say? I don't do well against Pig?
I was talking about tournament. Your casual matches are irrelevant.
How about money matches?
If you're using Sub-Zero, it counts, dude.
Okay, I have no problem playing against Molina with Sub-Zero. I'm fine with that. Kenshi's really hard. I'll fight that match too. I don't care. I'll fight it. What I'm saying is I will do better against those characters than you guys will, because you guys don't have the balls to even try it. Period. Bottom line.
Oh, well, why
Bottom
did you
line.
ask me that play? You're making it.
I'll say this. Shoryuken on the West Coast is the only Sub-Zero I've seen that at one time was committed to playing Sub-Zero in every single match, regardless of how bad it was. At one time, that's the only one I've seen it.
Well, they fucked him up, and you probably had something to do with getting on their goddamn nerves. NRS's nerve. Everyone thinks it's fucked with you, but I think the opposite. I think they fucked that character up, and I have a lot of problems with that. Yeah, I do fine
with Sub-Zero now. I do fine with Sub-Zero now, and if I lose to Rio or CD Jr. or Detroit, I'm okay with that. Because you know what? If I play Junior in, 10 sets, I may only win one of them, but it's one more than you will win. So it doesn't matter to me.
But how do you know that?
Yeah.
I don't. But as Sub-Zero... But
on the corner. So
you basically listed the top 3 players basically in this country. I've beaten plenty of top players as Sub-Zero. My biggest mistake is trying.
The people that I think will body you. Do you want to hear that right now? Like a list of the people that I think will. Because on that top 20 list, I think you're ranked a little high, dude. You belong like. There's some players underneath you that I know will body you. Too. I don't know. I'm not looking at it here. All right, hold on. I'll go ahead and bring it up.
Who's bodying me?
Dude, everyone on this will probably body you.
I'm gonna look at this.
Yeah, go through the list. This is juicy. Start from the top and go through the list, and you tell us.
They're gonna name everybody.
I want to know, starting from number 1, who would body Tom, and which one of them you guys would beat. That's what I want to know. Both who would body Tom and who you would beat.
No, I can't say who I would be. I'm not going to say. I don't know. But I'll tell you who body Tom and they're Hold on.
Good
You
sir.
Right now.
You can speculate on who would body Tom. You can speculate on who you would beat. I want to know both.
Hold on. So Tom can speculate who would body us.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
Body. Oh, no, he already did. Hold on. He already. Comment number 15. Okay, and I'll speculate who would body Tom.
No. Sir, hold on. Start with number 1, and I want to know if they would beat Tom and if they would beat you. Go.
All right, CD Jr. Right? Obviously, I think.
In fairness, I have one
game.
No. There was a 3 out of 5. That is, it was on film. We did start out. We played more games after that, and he did win a lot more games after that. But initially, it started out as a first to 3, and I did win that set.
All right, Shoryuken. No one interrupt them. I want to know who would beat Tom and who would beat you. Go.
Okay, but just first off, just so you know, there's a lot of players on here that I don't, because I'm not as much in the community as I used to be. Because there's a lot of stuff I did. And hold on. And some of these people I haven't even watched play, so I'm not even say much about them. But all right, CD Jr. Yeah, CD Jr. went on Tom.
He would beat me. He's better than me.
All right. Yeah, I think I haven't played him, but since it's Jax, I think I might have a chance. All right.
Dude, come on, man.
Hold on. I know.
His opinion.
Okay, let's go. Okay, we got CD Jr. I agree. He's better than me. I agree. Next.
Okay, you guys told me to say, so I'm going to say who. All right, so yeah, CD Jr., maybe I might have a chance. All right, Rio, I played him. That guy, that guy beats both of us hands down. Detroit beats the shit out of both of us hands down. Maxter, I might have a chance against. Brady, he lost to him. Crazy Dominican, I think I have a chance against him. Pig, no, I think he'll beat the shit out of both me and Tom.
You do know there is a fucking video, you stupid motherfucker, of me. Never mind. Okay, no,
It's a video of music.
Next. Okay, next name on the list. Keep going. You're right. Next name.
Go ahead. All right, just don't get all jumpy now, all right?
Keep going. No, you're right.
All right, Pig. I think Ryu 48 will more than likely body both of us. Chris G, both of us.
I just played Ryu 48 in a set at VSM. You do realize that, right?
I don't give a shit. We're talking tournament here, dude. Don't go to casuals and win
right.
whatever.
Right.
Don't.
Okay, go.
All right. Chris G has already bodied both of us. There's no question there.
You know, I've beaten Chris G in tournament though before too. So next.
When was that?
All the ones.
I beat him at WCG twice. Beat him twice at WCG.
When the fuck was that? And what the fuck is that?
You know, when he played. I was right when he was at the peak of his game when he went to EVO and placed over the entire West Coast in fourth. Next question. Next guy.
That was when you had the game 6 months before everyone, right?
All right, Kerbo. Hold on, Kerbo. I think both me and Tom can probably beat him. I get the feeling that.
Really?
Really?
Wait a minute. Are you calling out Kerbo?
No, dude. Kerbo would body everyone here, dude. Almost.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I don't know.
Almost?
Maybe not Denzell at MIT. Maybe not. I don't know.
Cage versus Sub-Zero. We're talking Cage versus Sub-Zero.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it that way. Cage versus Sub, you got to play conservative. There's ways of doing that.
I have played at Sonya, but we didn't really. They were bullshit games, so they were just casual, so they don't mean anything. I don't think either one of us were trying. Neither one of us were trying.
Hold on a quick second. I got to ask a question that I forgot to ask when I started doing this. Are we talking Tom playing Sub and me playing Sub only?
Yeah, this is the Sub-Zero Wars.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So Kerbo, I stand the way.
Hold on. Are you willing to challenge Kerbo to a money match since you'd probably beat him?
Well, let's get to that in a minute. Let me go down the list.
Okay.
I mean, that's a bold claim. Kerbo listens to this podcast, you know.
He does.
Yeah.
That's fine. I got no problem with that.
You say you'd probably beat him. You've angered Kerbo.
If I had to play Kerbo in a tournament, I would, but I wouldn't ideally want to play him for a money match. I think he's a great player. I think I'm Kerbo's biggest supporter. So,
No, I don't really know much about the guy. I just know he plays King. To really piss him off, hold on. To really piss him off, I'll go ahead and say this. I will beat him. So whatever.
Oh, there we go.
You are in trouble. You're in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Let's go.
Make sure when you EX freeze them, you do the full charge back to your reset. Make sure you. Okay. Next.
That will work. Huge mistake.
M2, both of us. M2 Dave will body both of us if he's using Freddy versus Sub.
You realize I have put him in losers bracket before.
Yeah, but you realize he beat you?
He did, but you've never beaten him. You said body both of us. You didn't say, oh yeah, you'll beat him a set in tournament. That's not bodying somebody. Putting someone in losers doesn't mean you got bodied. It means I got beat.
Dude, we're talking about stuff that he wants no hypotheticals, all right? So I'm just saying them.
You're hypothetically saying I would get bodied by him. You're not saying I hypothetically think Tom would also beat him in a set also.
No,
that's not bodying. Bodying someone doesn't mean if Kerbalicious were to come back right now and beat Forever King, I wouldn't say he bodied him because you can't take away what Forever King did either. Beating.
All right, go ahead, switch the words around. Okay, he'll get a win. He'll get a win on both of us. So there you go.
He beat me, but I mean, he beat me 2 sets. I beat him 1 set. I mean, he did beat me though he beat my Kung Lao at Seasons beating, so I got to give him props for that as well.
Okay,
keep going.
Number 11, Death. I don't know how good his is, but I'd have to say, damn, I don't really know. See, this is like I told you guys, I don't really know much about Death. I don't know anything.
He's really not Sonya Bucket.
But that's a really good player. He's really good. He's really good. He's really solid.
He's coming off a win against Steve Jr. That's how good he is.
He's really good. Oh, he doesn't know?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the next one. We'll go to the next one. He's not too sure on Dick. He doesn't know him.
I don't know anything about KT Smith either.
Okay.
Okay. 16-bit would obviously body both of us. I know right now you're jockeying Tom and you'll probably say something else, but yeah, you body both of us.
In tournament, that was pretty close in tournament. That was a pretty close tournament set. We're speaking tournament only. That was pretty close. That wasn't a body.
I'm sorry, I fucked up again. He'll beat us both.
I lost. Yeah. No question about it.
Okay.
I lost.
Perfect Legend, I'm pretty sure he'll beat us both. Let me see. You're number 15, so whatever. Morty.
So what would happen if Tom fought another Tom? Would it just be timeout draws?
An ice clone of Tom.
It would go to timeout every time.
I guess whoever was player one would win.
Yeah, player one advantage.
That's what I was gonna say. I don't even think anybody would get a hit on each other. They would just sit there and clone all day.
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
All right. Morty. There you go. Morty, I think could beat us both. Eric Warda, he's still on the list, but yeah, Eric Warda, if we're talking sub, he'll beat us both. Brian, I don't know about who Big D is. I saw him play Nightwolf. I'd have to say we'd both beat him.
Really? Wait a minute. Let's go back to that. You call him Big D out?
He did beat CD Jr.
Yeah.
No, I know he did, but CD Jr.
I don't know.
didn't. I don't know if CD Jr. didn't know that matchup, but Nightwolf does not give me a problem.
I don't know that I'd beat him. I think he's good. I don't know that I'd beat him.
Oh, I know, but they're asking me who you would beat or who you would lose to. So
okay, but I'm saying, in my opinion, I don't know that I would beat him. So, okay.
Well, you're going to be humble. You're going to act humble right now and act like you can't beat anybody, so that's fine. I'm the one keeping it real here. All
I
right,
seem to act this way a lot. You guys just don't notice. Keep going.
All right, go on.
Kizzle, I think, would take us both out because a really good sector could beat up Sub. There's more holes in Sub's game when it comes to that match than there is in sectors, and he seems to know that character pretty well.
So what you're saying is that you're saying that Sector is underrated? Is Sector not 15th? Is it time for the weekly Sector blow-up?
Not yet.
Time.
Not yet.
On a Sub-Zero
player?
Not yet.
Which brings us to number 20.
Number 20. Who is it?
Number 2, and that's Denzell.
Oh shit!
With fucking body.
And yep, as far as for me speaking, I can't. I'm not gonna say shit because obviously I lose to him every time ever since Evo, so there's not much to say there. And Tom, you're gonna get your ass kicked too come ML.
Okay, 16-bit. Should I beat Denzell? Will the West Coast make excuses or give me props? What do you think?
You're not gonna beat him.
Yo,
I think there'll be excuses.
No. Dude, if you beat Denzell, I will give you $500, dude.
What? Wait
It's-
a minute. Don't say that. You're not serious.
Hold on. That's how confident I am that you're gonna lose, dude.
Damn.
You realize I've beaten all the Sub-Zero players except for Denzell, and he's only beaten you two. You two were the first two I've beaten. If I had a list of the first two notches on my belt, it would be Shoryuken and Marvaz. And Sub-Zero.
Dude, I beat you first, though.
So fucking what? I don't give a fuck. I've beaten you way more time. I've beaten you way more time. Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
You gonna fight me, Marvaz? Oh my gosh, man.
Oh, wait a minute. Marvaz. You're going on record now. Wait a minute. I need an answer. You're going on record. $500. $500 if Tom wins.
If Tom wins, I will give fucking Tom $500 if he wins, but he's not. Trust me.
You swear on that.
I fucking swear.
It's on the podcast. It's recorded.
On the podcast, $500.
Confirmed.
Yeah.
16-bit. Do you think that Marvaz and Shoryuken are really giving Denzell a huge false sense of this is going to be a lot easier than it really is going to be? I mean, honest to God, man. You know, I think if someone like Forever King or anyone else, they got scared, it's only because they listen to guys like Marvaz and Shoryuken, and they really think it's a lot easier than it really is to put me away. So.
Really? Well, want me to show you something? At Devastation, when Mr. Molina was kind of freaking out that he had to play you the next day, I sat him down and I told him, you know what, dude? You played me. I'm not much different than him. The only thing he's going to do is probably turtle you a little bit more, and it's not going to be that big of a difference. And guess
Our
what?
Sub-Zeros right now are Devastation.
No, I'm just saying. I spoke the way I'm speaking now, and it was true. So
my sub
I get
not
the feeling
even close to a Devastation. Not even close.
Dude, your sub looks the same, dude.
Nah, he's a lot better.
He's a little bit different, but it doesn't mean shit.
Like, I don't see anything different at all from your sub from fucking Evo.
Whoa.
No, he
plays a lot smarter.
He uses different strings and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna give him that. I'm not gonna lie about it. You actually play him completely different, but you do turtle a little bit, like you did before. But that's your gameplay, that's your game style.
I played against that Kano player. 16-bit. How much did I turtle?
Hey, no, you don't have to get all uptight about it. I mean, you said it yourself.
Well, let me ask you a question. When I fight Cabal and Kenshi, let me ask you a question. How do I beat Cabal and Kenshi? By turtling?
Cabal and
Do I beat them by turtling?
You can't turtle. There's some matches you just can't. You don't have to go there. There's just
wait. You just said all I do is turtle. So how can I turtle if there are matches that I'm aggressive in?
Well, I'm not saying you're retarded, dude. I'm just saying that there's matches where you don't have a choice, dude. It's like you have to go in. Like if Cabal sits there and stare at gas box, you're gonna have to go in for that slide. You're gonna have to try and knock him down. Same thing with Kenshi. What are you gonna sit back all day and have him fucking sword slash or whatever that's called?
What I'm saying is I don't think you guys as Sub-Zero are made for every match. It's not. They're not made for every match. It's not. Well, mine is. So I don't play rushdown sub or turtle sub. I play complete sub. Period. I mean, so it's. I mean, you guys have your own opinions. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I've done more with Sub-Zero than anyone else has. Marvaz once made his list of top 5 subs, which I didn't make.
Top 5 subs. I'll do it again. Top 5 subs. Denzell Terry first. Second, Shoryuken. Third, I said, what's that one dude's name from Chile or whatever? He's like a Sub-Zero player. Then I said myself.
Dude, you don't even know his name?
No, I don't even know his name. Like, he was.
Biden.
And then I wrote 5th, Tom Brady.
I think my list is Denzell, Tom. It's either me or Marvaz. And see, the thing is, I don't know much about Lionheart. See, he's another person that I've never once watched a match with him. I guess I got to look him up.
I don't even know who he is.
I mean, I've heard people saying he's really good. I mean, I trust, like Conker said, he's really good. So Conker, I trust what he says.
He's really good.
So I guess he's in top 5, but. I mean, really, it's just if you want to talk top sub players, it really comes down to Denzell and Brady, and that's going to be settled in a minute. So.
I mean, don't you guys think Sub-Zero has to be more diverse? I mean, I think that the way people play Sub-Zero on the West Coast is more one-dimensional. I think you're more aggressive players as a whole. I think you guys play Sub-Zero for certain matchups. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Again, when I talked to MIT earlier on the stream, he said Denzell wants to win, so he's not going to play that match. Because I don't think that Denzell Sub-Zero is built for every match. I don't think Marvaz's Sub-Zero is built for every match. I just don't think it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be a great player. You don't have to play Sub-Zero to be a really good player. You can play Sub-Zero for these matches, other characters for these matches, and still be one of the top players in the country. What I'm saying is I just don't think your Sub-Zeros are built for every single match. I don't think you can say aggressive sub is the best sub because it doesn't work for every match. It's not the best sub. Just like turtle sub is not the best sub because turtle sub is not for every match.
The best
wait. Hold on.
Best read, man. That's what it comes to. Plain and simple.
Hold on. So at MOG, when Tom plays Denzell, it's not going to be Sub-Zero Mirror, right?
What?
It's got to be a sub-mirror. It has to be a sub-mirror.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
Is it going to be yes or no?
It has to be, yes.
Okay, then I'm going to change my mind about the $500. I'm going to say $100 if you do beat him.
No. Bullshit, dude.
Dude, I thought it was going to be any character you pick.
Well, if it's any
No,
character,
sir, you are locked. Everyone heard it. No backpedaling.
No, now I know. No, now I know the stipulations, dude. I mean, it is going to be a
Nope.
Sub-Zero.
You were so confident.
Dude, it's still
so
$100.
confident. No. $500. Write the check.
$100 right now.
Man, don't even worry, Marvaz. You got it.
Dude, $100 is still a lot, and I know I'm still confident in Denzell. So Sub-Zero, Denzell got it.
Apparently you're not. Wait a minute. It sounds like you're not so confident. If you're so confident, why are you having to lower it? There is definitely a confidence problem.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. Do you have confidence in Tom 16-bit?
I don't even know if I can go to Anaheim. I don't have money.
No.
I'm not that. I predict Tom will win. I'm not putting money on it.
So
I'm not running my mouth about money.
So you won't put no money up on him if you risk? Because
money on it.
I don't have a job, dude.
Dude, fucking hustle, dog.
No, hold on. The point I was wanting to know if you believed in him and were willing to put money up on it, but that's fine. You answered that. That's cool. Maybe you don't have.
You have no confidence in Tom Brady winning.
What I don't have is a job.
I mean, I have a question for MIT here in Denzell. When you guys say Turtle Sub is the best sub, there are so many characters you can't win by. I mean, when you say Rush Sub is the best sub, there are so many characters you can't beat with Rush Sub. What do you do for those characters?
You expect to watch the match against Bone?
Huh?
You didn't watch the match against Bone? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Watching what?
Okay, sorry to interrupt. You didn't watch his match against Bone. He didn't rush Bone. He took his time, so he knows how to play the matches that he's supposed to turtle in.
Let me tell you something right now, man. I love Bone, but Bone Cyrex and Master Cyrex on a different level.
You're saying Bone is horrible.
No, I didn't say that. I think Bone's a really good player. I think Bone's a really good player, but I think right now the burden of proof. I'm not saying. Bone may be right. He thinks he's the best Cyrex in the world. Maybe he is. That remains to be seen. But the burden on proof is on him to prove that he is better than Maxter. You can't just say you're better than somebody. You have to prove it. I mean, talk is cheap. Look. I could understand you guys having a problem with me being considered the best Sub-Zero player if I was considered the best Sub-Zero player by the community because of a popularity contest, or because I sold myself as the best Sub-Zero player. I'm considered the best Sub-Zero player because of results in tournament play, because of people seeing me play. This is not even my opinion. Do I really know for a fact if I'm the best Sub-Zero? I don't know. But that's not going to change people's opinion, and I can't change that. Much like Maxter, if Bone is a better Cyrex player, that'll be proven. But from right now, I think the burden on proof is on Bone. I mean, and Bone wants to prove he's a better player. But I think right now the burden of proof is on him. It's a different thing, man, trying to play against Maxter Cyrex. But granted, Bone could have improved. I'm not saying he has not, and we will see at MLG Anaheim. But I'm saying, Sonya, those kind of characters, you can't rush those characters down, man. You can't rush Sonya down. Can't play.
Wait a minute. I want to know something. Do you guys feel that Bone is superior to Maxter?
I do.
I know Maxter. He's got a good Cyrex. He will switch sometimes sector though.
There's only one way to find out.
No, why do you ask that? 16-bit? I do. I truly believe that. I watched them both play, and I like Bone's pressure because he didn't just go for the. he's not like just jockeying for the reset and that net. You know, he had like a lot. He uses Cyrax in a way that I don't see other Cyrax using them. And you know what though? They're using them like that now. But I feel like he was like the first one to come out and start playing Cyrax to a higher level, you know. And now I do see Maxter playing them a little bit different, but yeah, in my opinion, I think Bone's the better Cyrax. But, I mean, that's just, you know, that's just talk.
Emoji Anaheim.
Why did you ask us 16 minutes?
Because he... yeah, why?
I'm just wanted to see what you guys would say. I think it's a very bold claim. I think most people would agree that Maxter is probably one of the top 3 players in the world.
Well, when it comes to ball,
oh, dude, you're underwater again, man. You're drowning.
You gotta restart.
Hold on.
Oh shit.
Under the sea.
I mean, but like, you know, you can't rush down Sonya like that. You're gonna.
So
rush
hold
Well,
on.
I know that.
So basically, if I'm playing you with Sonya, and I got about a 30% life lead, what are you gonna do then?
It's not easy to get that life lead, 1. And 2, I do have strategies for it. But you're not gonna beat her by playing rush sub.
I know that.
I mean, but to hear rush sub is the best sub. Rush sub is not the best sub. Turtle sub is not the best sub.
Hold on,
have
why
to
are
play
you
them
assuming
both.
that everyone plays rush sub in the West Coast?
This quote unquote MIT rush sub is best sub. Quote unquote.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, man! You just said it today,
Surely
and
did.
you classify me as a turtle sub, and I play both aggressively or defensively based on the situation and the match.
Me too.
And Denzell does too.
Denzell plays certain matches by saying Liu Kang, Johnny Cage. That's how
And
Denzell deals with some of these matches.
Yeah.
And you play Kung Lao.
Kung Lao.
I just played in the top 8 in Power Up and used only Sub-Zero. Get the fuck out of here with
What
that
are you
shit.
talking about?
So wait.
Oh.
What about versus Chris G? Why not use
Why
sub?
don't you
That's
sub
an easier
against
matchup.
G?
Why would you use
I
Kung Lao?
I said that was the
versus
biggest mistake of my life, and I will never again use anybody else in a tournament but Sub-Zero.
Alright.
Oh my god, dude, you are the biggest
So you're
flip-flopper
done with Kung Lao?
from you?
No more
My Kung Lao sucks, man. My Kung Lao sucks. My Raiden sucks.
Alright.
My Kung Lao sucks. My Kung Lao's trash. You know, honest
How
to God,
many times you said that though, dude?
I mean, I use him because Kung Lao helps me place a lot higher than the rest of you guys. You know, so I mean, you know, I've been that's a little trash talk on the side. No, but seriously, I don't like Kung Lao because I don't like Kung Lao because my Kung Lao I think is bad. I think I get very lucky with Kung Lao, to be honest with you. I have no control over him, and this much is very obvious. You know, even when I played that money match with Kat, I think I got very, very lucky. I won on a fluke. My Kung Lao has no direction. I don't know what I'm doing with him. So I get varied results with him because I don't know what I'm doing with him. Period.
Hey, K7.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, my fucking laptop's about to die, dude. I'm not even home right now, so any questions before I go, just ask them now.
Yeah. I have one thing, Marvaz, that you can be part of. Who do you guys feel should be your 5-man team?
I already said it. The 5 team from the West Coast should definitely be this. In my opinion, it should be Denzell, his brother, MIT, X-Blades, Tyrant, and Detroit. That's what I think.
Who do you think the 5 best East Coast players are?
The 5 best East Coast, probably CD Jr., Max Del Rio, CD,
Ryu.
and Rio 48, whatever his name is.
What do you guys have to say to the criticism that you should have challenged WNBA or another team first?
WNBA?
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
I'll take him out.
We'll check them out.
You'll take them out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't Death alone have tremendous record in tournament?
That's nice.
Not
but not all WNBA.
No, but the criticism that we should have challenged somebody else is straight bullshit because everyone else has gotten their chance without having to go through anybody else.
What do you mean?
Did you guys have? You guys didn't have to challenge anybody else to step up to VSM.
I just won a tournament. I had placed top 8 in numerous tournaments. I just beat you guys. What are you talking about?
Stop saying you guys.
I gotta go, guys.
But that's not your entire team.
Come, dude, I don't want to hear that. I am so tired of hearing that because you never beat me. Dude, you know what? If you were in the tournament,
I didn't say that, Tom. I didn't say because you're going into something else. I just want to let you know that. But go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm talking about MIT or whoever. Denzell said that, dude. He didn't beat you, but he beat the guy that beat you. He didn't beat you because...
Okay, and Cyrex Katana is a bad matchup. Big deal.
Okay, and Denzell versus Bone was a bad matchup. So I don't want to hear that bullshit, all right? All right, Jesus Christ. The best player there won... Say it right now, Denzell. The best player won that tournament. Say it right now. The best player there.
I don't think Denzell's going to say that, to be really honest.
Let me ask you a question. Who was the best player in that tournament at SCR? Who was the best player there?
Denzell.
Denzell Terry was the best player there.
Heck yeah.
Who got third
Then
place?
why did he get third?
Okay, 16-bit. If you guys play in the tournament, the next tournament you guys play each other, every time you guys meet, who's gonna win? Just be honest.
I'm going to win.
Damn.
Oh no.
Well, let me
laughing.
Well, why didn't you win the tournament, Denzell?
He lost to Cyrex. Crazy plays like his style is different. He played a different style. It was close though. He didn't get blown up. It was close.
We didn't say
Very
that.
close.
I find it hard to believe that somebody say they're the best player there.
And when I played up, it was close.
Wait a minute, man. Dude, I want to say this. If you know what, everyone that's listening to this, you guys need to blow Denzell Terry up. Everyone listening. Otherwise, if Denzell, because you know what, you guys out there listening to this when this airs, PL got blown up for saying he was the best and not winning. Okay? And if PL would claim, Jax is a bad match, this is a bad match, he would be blown up. Okay? This guy Denzell said he was the best player at the tournament, and he got third in. Come, Denzell, why? Will you admit? So 16-bit was not. You were the best player there. Who put you in losers?
Crazy Bone. That's it.
Okay, so you lost to Bone twice.
Yes.
So you were the best player there, not Bone.
I didn't say that. My brother said that. I didn't say that.
Okay, who was the best player at that tournament?
We'll just say 16-bit because he won.
Dude, that is the worst props I've ever heard in my time. Denzell, that was awesome though. Denzell was like, oh, well, if I have to say it, I guess it's 16-bit.
DJ.
That was good shit.
That was good.
That was good shit. No, I know. I think 16-bit won the tournament, man. I mean, when he says, every time he says, I went to your coast and won. See, I don't know who's talking. I don't know if it's MIT or Denzell half of the time, so I can't. Now that I got Denzell's voice, I understand who's talking now. But every time he says, I went there and I won, Denzell's brother always chimes in and says, don't say you beat us because you didn't.
Denzell says that.
No, don't say that, Malik, because it wasn't me. That's you.
No, that was you, Denzell.
Malik is such a troll, man. I'm telling you. He's just a troll.
I'm not trolling.
But anyway, the point is, I had an opportunity to challenge VSM because I was coming off third place at Devastation, first at SCR, and so forth. So that is why I challenged VSM. The criticism against you guys is that you've just played within your own coast. Why have you not challenged the Midwest, for example? Your boy just lost. You guys lost to me.
I would love to do that challenge.
We can do that.
Okay.
Let's set it up then.
It's official.
Midwest versus West.
I want VSM too, though. No, but Dark Route, like we've been trying to get VSM West Coast going for a while too, so that has to happen also, regardless. I mean, they're going to keep it well.
Basically, the bottom line is I wanted to get you guys to say you beat WNBA.
What do you guys? How do you guys feel about Dizzy?
I don't even know who WNBA is.
No, Dizzy. I mean Dizzy, the cage player.
Dizzy.
I think he overuses like 4-3 and he doesn't poke.
I think too much 4-3, not enough pokes.
Like when he played Ikizzle, I think if he would have used like a little more pokes, like he wouldn't be able to just like uppercut out of his pressure every time. Like if you watch the match.
He fucked it up though, because he had that one. If he'd have done jump over punch, forward 3-3 EX force ball, it was over. He did 1-1 forward 1. He fucked that up, and then did forward. It was over. That match was over with chip damage. That was his mistake. But I think Dizzy's one of the most underrated players in the country.
True.
Yeah, he's pretty overrated.
Wait a minute.
Overrated?
You said
Underrated.
I mean, underrated. My bad.
Okay.
I was thinking. I don't know why.
I mean, overall, the thing that I have the most problem with the MK, the thing I have the biggest problem with the MK community as a whole, is I don't like players being blown up for losing to other good players. I think that's unfair. There are lots of good players out there. There's no shame in losing to somebody good. But each time I listen to a podcast or I listen to, if I were to lose to Denzell, I wouldn't be ashamed of it. If I were to lose to, the guy, Forever King, if he beats me, I wouldn't be ashamed to lose to Forever King. I wouldn't be afraid to lose to Master D, M2 Dave, any of the Dominicans, anyone on the West Coast. I would not be ashamed to lose.
That's a good point, but my question to you is, what do you think of overrated players and underrated players? I mean, yeah, somebody shouldn't get blown up because they lose to somebody that's good, but what about when someone's just overrated and they're always getting their ass kicked? How does that work?
Who's overrated?
Tom?
Damn.
He's probably the most overrated player in the... Huh?
How am I overrated?
I don't know, I just think you're overrated.
I mean, isn't Tom rated about... I mean, who's like, man, Tom is a top 3 player. He seems to be rated where he is.
Tom,
well, I guess
Tom.
Yeah, that National Fighting Game rankings, this is pretty accurate now. It was kind of
Tom's at 15.
Out with it. Yeah, I guess pretty accurate right now.
I've always said, I said on the Boom Street thing today, I said, overall, my tournament records usually say stuff like if I go to 5 tournaments, I'll get like top 8 in 3 of them and like 9th in 2 of them. And this will be a span over like a year. And sometimes it'll be like, 5-6 months. I'll get 9th. 3 months later, get 9th again. And they say, oh, Tom, you got 9th the last few tournaments, or 16th here. You haven't placed top 8 in a while. But I mean, are you guys really going to say that I'm not going to go to like one of these East Coast majors and place top 8 anymore? I mean, who's really going to put money on that? I mean, I've placed top 8 in plenty of tournaments with all these players at it. I mean, playing Sub-Zero, it's extremely difficult to do that. But I'm okay with that.
I'll never bet against you not getting top 8, man. Who knows how good of friends you are with the guy that's making the bracket.
Oh, wow. God damn.
I just think that I'm okay with that. If I go to 6 tournaments and I get top 8 in 3 of them and 9th in the other 3, so what? So what?
All right, I have another question. MLG Anaheim, how many SoCal players in Vegas and NorCal, how many California/Vegas players are we going to see in the top 8? In Midwest at Columbus, I hate to admit it, but the Midwest, we all got blown up. My boys in the Midwest all got 9th, and we had none of us in the top 8. Are you guys going to do better?
Yeah, I think for sure, man. I don't have a doubt that there'll be some of us in top 8.
Who's going to be in that top 8?
Are you adding Arizona?
No Arizona.
Oh, I was saying...
I'm not going to make any predictions. I'm just going to go there, play, and try and win.
Yeah, you know what? I don't want to predict on my own coast, so I'll take the fifth on that one.
No, you won't. Go.
I mean, MLG brackets, anything can happen. You don't really know.
Yeah.
MLG brackets are not really fair.
All right, will we see more than two? Will we see more than two of you in that top 8?
Well, hold on. You know what? That's a good point. The brackets have a lot to do with tournaments all the time. So if they put a lot of West Coast up against ourselves, which always happens to me. For some reason, I always got to play my own coast, and it pisses me off. But if that happens, well, yeah, we're going to eliminate each other. But if we're spread out evenly, if for some reason MLG takes into consideration that the people that live here play each other all the time, and they should spread them out.
They don't, though. It's random.
They're
gonna randomize you. It could literally be Denzell's first matches against CD Junior or Rio.
Yeah,
it could literally be that way. And then if he goes in losers, or if he wins his next matches against a P-board player or you, or they don't care.
Right.
They don't give a fuck. Denzell's first match could be against his brother, and they wouldn't care. Put it that way. They would.
And nobody says anything about that? Do they understand how to make a tournament?
Random bracket.
It is what it is. People complained about it. There will be seeding for the top 16 players. At least that's how it was at Columbus.
Yeah, and they're going to randomize that. So the top 16 players, 14 of the 16 of them could be in one side of the bracket. I mean, it's literally... Yes.
Well, what kind of seeding is that? That's not even seeding.
Dude,
I mean, it's random. Dude, look, in bracket A, they did the top 16 players and randomized them. In bracket A, it was me, Detroit, Crazy Dominican, CD Junior, Perfect Legend, Ryu 48, and two more.
Rio.
Rio, all on the same side of the bracket. All on the same side. Why would you have CD Junior, Rio, and Maxter and CD? Why would you have that all on the same side?
Hey, doesn't Sabin? Who's in charge of talking to these people about it? I mean, can't somebody say something about that?
That was a compromise. That was a compromise. The original, before Arturo came on, it was just totally random.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's not like that over here. Hopefully they understand a little bit, and it's just not like these fucking, like MLG corporate guys or whatever, just shoving a whole bunch of gamers together. That's how they look at it. Hopefully they understand.
It's probably what it's going to be, man. It's probably going to be random like that.
Well, back to your question. If West Coast has to face each other, then yeah, we're going to take each other out. If we're spread out, I'm just saying, if it's random and we end up getting spread out evenly, then you're going to see at least 4 of us in top 8 or more.
Woo! I like this. You're going to say half the top 8 is going to be West Coast.
If they're spread out.
I think X-Blades can take out a lot of people. Hopefully, Tyrants don't have to face any good cages because and he's working on that match anyways. But
he picked up Kenchi.
Huh?
I said he picked up Kenchi.
Yeah.
Kenchi.
And and the Denzell brothers. I mean, the Terry. They're always playing each other, so they're going to be stiff talk. I see those two guys getting up there. If they don't have to play each other.
Yeah, I mean, the brackets do have a lot to do with tournaments like this, with so much talent at them. Matchups could, I mean, say I get a bracket with all cages and Cyber Sub-Zeros. Shoryuken will say that's not fair. I got a favorable bracket. But I mean,
during the tournament.
I've never had that bracket in my life. I would kill for that kind of a bracket. But I think that it could be. Dude, I mean, the beauty of tournaments is anybody can be beat. If results were predetermined, then nobody would care about watching the tournament. So, and any good player can beat any good player. So.
Makes sense.
Yep. Sounds right.
What I want to know is, where does all this Sub-Zero war shit come from, really? I understand originally when the game came out, I would poo-poo some ideas of Shoryuken and Marvaz because they're just setups that didn't work for me. And I would poo-poo them as in, I don't particularly think they're good, for at least the way I played. But I guess, in a way, I would do it in a manner that made me think like I didn't value their opinion or so on and so forth. But at no point did I... Huh?
Some of the shit I put out there, most of the stuff I put out there are gimmicks. I understand that. But there are, like, the way Sub-Zero is being played right now is stuff that hasn't changed. So the thing is, when I've tried to go in those forums and post even like the back 121, and this was after the patch, you would go in there and say, oh, this is garbage. And I'm thinking, all these other Sub-Zero, like, you know, they all jockey to you're their god or whatever the fuck. And if you're going to tell them that's garbage when I know it's extremely viable, then to me it's like, is this guy supposed to be helping them, or he just wants to be the one that always say whatever, you know, like the information? It always has to come from Brady. That's how I
it is viable, but you can't just tell somebody it is viable and then not really elaborate on it. I mean, it's...
Oh, come on, man. You don't sit there and when you go in those forums, you'll post something and you won't go into detail. You just say, oh, it sucks, and you won't even explain why. So
I've gone into so much detail on Sub-Zero before, on streams and whatever. I mean, there's certain things I don't talk about anymore, but I just feel like that, like, take Shoryuken's prison, man. Rio made a video of it. Okay, let me explain, and they didn't even cover this, and I was waiting for them to bring this part up, because I was saying, you know what?
It was cute.
I said once I show you could jump out of it, I guarantee you that they're going to take a quick step forward and then do it to where you can't jump out of it anymore, but then you can down for him because, you know, out of it. I mean, I know all the ways in and out of Shoryuken's prison, but they distinctly said, they put Johnny Cage on the screen and said, pretend I have no meter. I can't do anything about this. And he could have just done a fucking wake-up attack. I'm going, how are you going to release a video? And that's why I said...
You're wrong. You're wrong, dude. You're wrong about that. When you can't do a wake-up attack, you're wrong.
The wake-up attack, you can block it.
You can block the wake-up attack. So that's what I'm saying. The clone, they can do a wake-up attack, but they're going to get punished for it.
Let me ask you a question. But if you do the ground freeze, the wake-up attack will hit it, correct?
No, by that, okay. If you go do the clone correctly, and you dash up, by that time they don't have a wake up attack. It's not gonna have invincible frame.
The wake up attack will shatter the clone.
No, it won't, because if you do 222, you do the clone, but they have to do a wake up attack.
Ground clone, yes, not the air clone.
The instant air clone, by the time you dash up, their wake up invincibility is gone, so they're gonna get caught by the freeze. The only way that they can do a wake-up attack and go through the clone is if they do an instant wake-up attack and you can block it.
That's what I mean, an instant wake-up attack. Yes, you can block it, but my point is, if the wake-up attack stops you from doing the ground freeze, which is Shoryuken's prison, then it is a counter to Shoryuken's prison. And you blocking the wake-up attack is a counter to their counter.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a gimmick. When I showed them that, I told them that there was a lot of...
But in the video, all I was explaining was that when they said, "Say I have no meter, I can't do anything here," he could have done a wake-up attack to get out of it. He could have blocked the wake-up attack. Now, off the neutral jump punch, you can block the wake-up attack. Yes. But also, from that range, you can just jump out of the clone also. You can jump, the clone will disappear. There's a lot of ways out of it. So when you explain Shoryuken's prison, you know, you obviously said you can't jump out of it, and you can.
You can if you dash up.
Then they can down for you.
Yeah, there's ways out of it. Like I explained to you, even, you know what Detroit told me? He goes, you know what? He said, I don't want to post. He's I don't think I should post this because you might want to do this to somebody in a tournament because once you know it and you see it, yeah, of course it's easy to get out. But I told him I don't really give a shit. You know, it's like, do whatever you guys want with it. You guys, you know, were talking to me and wanted to know some stuff that you've never seen with sub. I go, it's a gimmick, you know. I told him it was a gimmick. There was ways out of it. I never told him anything was guaranteed. So it's like.
What I'm saying is I wasn't trying to poo-poo your tech, which, again, That was an old setup I did for the beta, but it used to work in the beta because the clone used to disappear when the ground ice came out.
You put it wrong. That was it.
I used their exact example, but I realized I didn't want to poo-poo your tech, but in the video, it was explained as if you can't jump forward out of it, and from that range, you can jump forward out of it. The only way you can't jump forward out of it is you have to take a step forward and then do it, and then they can down for you out of it. I mean, there are multiple ways out of it, but saying they can't jump out of it, there are variables that weren't explained. So all I was trying to do in the video was explain the variables. I wasn't trying to downplay your setup. I was trying to explain the variables.
Because when you were saying it, I already knew that that it was right what you were saying, so I was like, I didn't even I didn't say shit. I looked at everybody laughing. I thought it was funny too. You know, I was like, because they got it all wrong. That's not how it was supposed to be.
When I saw it, I was like, there's no way that's supposed to be like that. I was like, there's just so many variables you have to explain in order to really show how the setup works. And I think if you're going to show a setup, you have to really explain all the variables about it. Otherwise, people don't really know how to use it. You know, and that's why I was talking about that. I mean, everybody has their own way of playing whatever. I mean, you have 16-bit, Mr. Molina, and Crazy Dominican all play different styles of Katana, all kinds of different styles of Sub-Zero. You know, the community overall looks at me like, you know, I'm the overall best Sub-Zero player. For whatever that reason may be, I can't change that. I do want to say that at this point, I just feel like I'm more experienced in a lot of Sub-Zero's harder matches. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, I don't think Shoryuken is a bad Sub-Zero player. I don't think Denzell's a bad Sub-Zero player. If I did not take some of Denzell's ideas in the Jax matchup, I would be lying. Of course I did. I think in a way everybody takes stuff from everybody. Let's be serious here right now, okay? Everybody has at least got an idea from somebody at some point in this fucking game. Okay? That's the honest to God truth.
Yeah, most of the tech I've stolen it's been from Denzell. The back 1-2-1, the 2-2. The only thing that I knew from the very beginning was that 2-1-2 was the best clone in the corner. I mean, not now because of all the armor, and 2-1 was the best string to fuck with because with 2-1 you got a head game going on there that you can, I mean, cancel into a grab or other shit. And I've seen you do it. You don't have to go and say, oh, this and that. But yeah, I've seen you cancel into grab like I do it other people, or you don't just.
Whoa, dude.
But at the same time, the first time I ever did 2-1 pressure was in February 2011. Was the first time I ever used 2-1 pressure. And I used to use it in the Conqueror will tell you, I used to put him in the corner and do 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 throw, 2-1, 2 clone. That was back in February of 11. But Sub-Zero has to use 2-2 and 2-1. 2-1 is basically when you're going for the setup shop. You know, so if you land like a down 3, a down 4, based on where you hit him, standing, crouching, whatever or when you're at advantage, 2-1-2 is something where if they try to escape whatever trap they're in, they're going to be juggled. But if they block, you put the clone trap up and you go from there. 2-2 is something you do in the neutral game, where you're approaching from range, you use 2-2 or stuff like that. You don't, or if a jump and punch. I don't like using jump and punch to back 1-2. I don't like using jump and punch to back 1-2. Because people blow through it too much with armor. Once I started blowing through it with armor, then everybody I know started blowing through it with armor. So I really couldn't use that either. At the same time, I do a lot of things no other Sub-Zero player does. Like 16-bit. Did you not see me consistently blowing through Cabal's back 1-2-1 with armor in between back 1 and 2? No one does that yet with Sub-Zero. I do that almost every single time. There are a lot of huh?
No, I'm not using myself in that match. I don't like that.
I mean,
dude. Hey, sound like shit, man.
Yeah, he's underwater again. Yeah, no, but I think that that there are a lot of things that Sub-Zero I think he has to use all of his tools. He can't just only use. What do you think, Denzell? You can't just say, I'm only going to use the 2-1 string, or I'm only going to use the 2-2 string. You have to use all of his tools. There's no way you can. There are times you have to use them both. They're situational.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep, especially for low hitbox characters.
Low hitbox character Sub-Zero basically has to win with slides, down 4s, down 3s, and try to freeze them.
2-2, 4, yeah.
You can't even use 2 anything against low hitbox.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, even if you get the deep jump kick, they're going to just down 4 you out of whatever. Yeah. So that's a real pain in the ass.
All right, guys, we got to wrap it up here, but before we go, I want to do the name game. So
hold on, let's get Lionheart in here real fast, man. Lionheart.
Yeah, he's about to have to leave here in a minute.
Oh yeah. What are your thoughts very quickly on a lot of these matches with Sub-Zero?
Like which one in particular?
Kenshi, you've been someone that's been playing Sub-Zero in every match. You're someone who typically does not switch at all, correct?
Yeah, pretty much. I only did it one time, and it was this past weekend at Flawless Victory. It was one.
So
game.
how do you feel about Sub-Zero's chances of consistently being a top 8 character against the toughest competition if you don't switch?
Not good at all, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't see it happening all the time. It's just way too difficult for Sub.
Do you think it's because the most common characters in the game are the ones that usually give Sub-Zero a hard time?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you have to deal with Kung Laos, Kenshis, Cabals, it's just, I think it's way too much of a frustrating matchup for him.
Well, what do you guys think? Shoryuken, Denzell, you guys have been in a lot of tournaments out there. Do you think a lot of Sub-Zero's bad matchups are common characters that you see commonly used in tournaments a lot now?
Definitely.
That's a fact.
Yep.
It wasn't that way early on in the game. You didn't see a lot of his bad matches, being used like that early on in the game. Like you didn't see a whole bunch of katanas.
Well, they were there. The thing is, people didn't know how to use the characters the way they're using them today. If everybody played the same way in vanilla version, it would be fucked up for Sub-Zero, even with the reset.
Well, I don't know. There were a lot of characters that didn't have armor either back then.
Oh yeah, that too.
Armor fucked Sub-Zero over.
You take that you take full armor on startup away from Sonya, and that match is drastically different.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to get into the name game, K7?
Yeah.
All right. The way this works is K7's going to list a name. All of you have to say what first comes to mind, and it cannot be their main character, and it can't be something nice. We want some juicy answers here. No bullshit.
One at a time, y'all say what you think. So, first name, Tom Brady.
Why am I always the first?
23 shows, you're always the first one.
Okay.
All right, Denzell.
So, Tom, you go first.
Yeah, Tom.
Me?
Yeah, he already did it, dude.
Tom Brady. I don't know. Maybe a fool for playing Sub-Zero in every match. That's from now on.
All right, Lionheart.
What I think about Tom?
Yeah.
He's a character.
A character?
Yeah.
All right. How about Shoryuken?
We're just using one word to sum up the person?
Just whatever comes to your mind.
A phrase, yeah.
I guess flip-flopper?
Yeah.
All right, Denzell.
Reminds me of like a announcer from like WWE or some shit.
That's exactly how I model it, man. Tom Brady's a gimmick, man. Tom Brady's the biggest gimmick of all, man.
The Rock, man.
That's a quick question. Who have we been talking to the whole time? Because I know you got a split personality. Has this been Tom or Bill?
No, I mean, it's for fun, man. Dude, gosh, man. It's just for fun,
Well, I don't. Just ask you, who have we been talking to the whole time?
I mean, the Tom Brady personality is made for shits and giggles, man.
A little of both.
Yeah, I truthfully don't give a fuck what somebody... Like, I pretend half of the times on the forums, man. Like, someone will say something and I'll say, all right, man, what can I say to really juice this shit up? And I'll just be like, you're right. I'm the worst thing since, but you can't hear my way I'm saying it. So, people are like, wow, is he emo? Get the fuck out of here.
I think without Tom Brady, Mortal Kombat would be boring, man.
Yeah.
Alright, next name.
Second name. Tommy Waffles.
Waffles. Piece of syrup, man.
Tommy Waffles.
Brady, go first.
First thing that comes to mind, chocolate chip waffles. I can't help it, man. I picture Tommy Waffles eating like a waffle sandwich. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't.
Commercial.
A waffle sandwich?
I can't get waffles out of my head, man. I don't know.
I'm thinking of waffles too.
Yeah.
Like, how can you not?
Yeah. The blanket waffles. Alright, we'll move on. Next name, Swift Tom Hanks.
I'm not
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Hector.
Sector, that breaks the rules. You can't do that.
He said Hector.
Hector.
How about you? How about you, Lionheart? He did beat you in the money match.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
Alright. How about you, Tom?
And Tom Brady? Tom Brady.
Good taste in beer.
Alright. And the last name.
Wait. No, there's two names left.
Oh. I've only got one.
Alright, then I'll go. Alright, I'm gonna go. Next name, Tom Selleck.
You were serious about
Oh, fuck.
Mustache.
Tom Selleck.
Ferrari.
Ferrari?
Oh, man, Magnum PI, man.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Come on, man. What is going on?
It's been a while.
Dude, what is going on here, man? I did not know.
You know he should be Indiana Jones.
Yeah, you were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Couldn't see that. That didn't fit.
Yeah, me neither. Like it.
Alright, K7, go to the last one.
Alright, last name. Bill Menudis.
Why? What the fuck is going on here, man?
Tom, you go first.
No one knows who I really am.
You're a pillar of the community.
You're ruining my anonymity, man. What is this? My secret identity? Bill Menudis?
Yeah.
Normal guy. Goes out for drinks, likes sports, watches ESPN every minute of every day. You know, just a normal dude, man. That's it.
All right, Lionheart. Bill Menudis.
He wouldn't know. Nobody knows. Good.
I said Tom Brady. Tom Brady.
Good. That's Shoryuken.
Bill Menudis. Really cool guy.
I actually got to hang out with
That's
Shoryuken one time. I actually got to hang out with him one time, and I was nothing like this at his house. I was just a normal dude. We played a couple of games. He cooked me dinner. Got to meet his roommate, Gigolo Joe.
Oh, Gigolo Joe's right here, by the way.
Gigolo Joe's out? Oh, shit.
He's out, dude. They let him
Gigolo Joe,
out,
man.
Forever.
Yeah. Sure, you can, he was really good to me when I was out there in California. You know, we got to hang out outside of gaming, which was pretty cool, so.
Took you to FFA.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
Denzell and MIT, what do you think of Bill Menudis?
He sounds like a character from like Cold Case or some shit.
Cold. I don't think I've ever watched that show.
Bill Menudis.
Yeah.
I would say Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law and Order. I am going to finish school to be a lawyer, so hopefully they're right on.
All right, the last thing. There's been a lot of trash talk, a lot of hype, but can you all agree that you are good Sub-Zero players and that there is a common respect for each other?
I agree. I think they're all good Sub-Zero players, and I have respect for all those guys. So
I have a lot of respect for Sub-Zero players, especially when I see them go up against their tough matchups and they win them. Even though And like, even though I want Brady, like when he goes up against matchups, I think, oh man. But when he wins it, I think, fuck, that's some good shit he did.
I mean,
when I see him play like a really good player against a good bad matchup.
I really enjoyed watching Denzell versus Tyrant, to be dead honest with you. So at SCR, I actually really liked watching that.
Can we officially bury the hatchet and unite the Lin Kuei?
No.
Yeah,
MLG Anaheim.
Grandmaster of the Lin Kuei.
Marvaz said no.
No, that's not going to be over yet. We got a couple weeks for that to get buried.
Right, there you have it. I want to thank you all for coming on the show. It's been interesting, and we're done.
All right, later, guys.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right.
Shit,
So, hey, thanks, guys.
All right, later.
Cool. Sub-Zero wins.
Yo, here we go. Should we just start over?
Let's just start over. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to a special edition of the Kombat Toon.
Yeah, bro. Let's see Vince Neil.
Dude.
Now I know how it feels to film a movie.
You tell me what to say.